Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. Hey, it's Jake the Snake Sloan. Welcome, sir.
It feels like it's been a long time. It's good to be back on the show with you.
Well, thanks for being here, man. It's my new policy that all my co-hosts must have gray hair, just like me. Well, mostly gray hair, yeah. So
happy to please.
Tonight, not only do we have Jake the Snake, but we have Jason Shepard, and I've been told by a few ladies that we may OH tonight. We may over handsome. There might just be too much handsome for my backwoods bandwidth to handle tonight. Actually,
your backwoods bandwidth and my undersea cables being chewed on by fish.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I actually had that fixed for all the problems that I thought Wirecast or YouTube was causing. Turns out it was Spectrum. Yeah, so now I'm back. Hopefully nothing will happen.
And that's our show for tonight. Thank you for
that thing always gets me. I can't fake freeze.
I know, you can't stop it.
Yeah. So tonight we're going to be talking about some great and interesting projects that Jake has been involved with. And we're going to talk about, I got a Cinelifter. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about this thing. This is the first FAA approved remote ID module. It's called the Drone Tag Mini. And funny story, I wanted to bring it up here for the show. I opened the box, and it was gone. I lost it. I lost the GPS tracker. So, how did I find it, you might ask?
Yes, how did you find it, Ken?
Unfortunately, it wasn't on. So, I couldn't just go to my app and go, oh, it's down there in the living room. But no, there it is. We'll talk about it. I spent a lot of time in the last couple days filming a little thing with it, and I do have a brief interview that I did with the CEO of Drone Tag that I'll play for you guys a little bit later. But first, before we get into anything, we've got to thank our biggest sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the Cadillac of processed meat, Pigeon Jerky.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow.
Yeah.
And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky,
the Cadillac of processed meat. Yeah. Thank you, Pigeon Jerky. A fine sponsor since 19-something or other. Jake, what is new with you? You've been globetrotting all over the place.
Man, I was adding it up the other day, and I've flown over 100,000 miles since January 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And I have been in 17 states, I think, 17 or 18 states.
Ooh.
All over the place, just
and these are all
amounts of travel and filming.
These are all drone jobs.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I've been part, and some of them we're going to play tonight, but I've been part of some pretty cool big productions, and then lots of little TV shows and movie bits and stuff. That's most of which I can't talk about, but yeah.
Okay.
Just insanely crazy.
But we can talk about one of them, right?
Yes, the one I sent you footage of.
Yes, the one with the blue people.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was really, really cool. So I got to be part of. Disney was releasing the Avatar 2 trailer, and they had a drone light show, and then a big projection screen pointed or above Niagara Falls, and so. I was there, and another guy I was we were there to film this stuff, the kind of the sort of behind the scenes, and just give more stuff for them to use, I think, in the DVD and stuff like that. So they had the 600 drone light show, and then we were filming around Niagara Falls, and
so you're gonna have
showcasing all the stuff when they released the trailer.
Your footage is going to be on the DVD release. in the extras?
I assume so. After we got done filming it, we sent it all over, and they were starting to cut it already. So
Wow.
I know a lot of it. Most of the reason we were there was actually for news agencies to be able to pull our footage and use it in broadcast if they were talking about stuff.
Okay.
And then originally we were supposed to do something live, like live interviews, but at the time we were supposed to do that, fog moved in and just completely fogged everything up. So
So will you be involved in 17 years when Avatar 3 comes out?
It's a ways out to project.
Right. Right, yeah.
Hard to say.
But
it was cool, and it was really crazy impressive watching one of those drone shows, like right up close and personal, because like all the shots of the drones taking off and stuff on the ground were me filming them.
Oh, you were right there. And what did it sound like?
Oh yeah, it sounds like a massive, gigantic nest of hummingbirds.
Oh,
like,
cool.
It's much lower pitch than like bees and FPV drones and stuff. But it is pretty wild. And so, they're all like lifting up and stuff because they lift up in sections, so they don't all run into each other. But
yeah.
it's wild watching. Like sometimes they do tap each other, and then one of them will freeze while the rest of them pick up. And then the other one that's down there waiting around will go find its spot and get in there. And then they'll all go and do their thing. It's crazy impressive to watch firsthand.
Were you worried at all about RF, about signals, about anything, about getting too close or any of that?
I had an exit strategy if they started coming down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fly the drone away, drive to your drone, get the hell out of town, change your name.
Right there that I'm going to go dive underneath and make sure I'm safe if they all started coming down.
Oh, can you imagine if you did something? You would make national news.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
That would suck so much.
And that was part of it too, because Niagara Falls is a really complicated airspace. You have two countries that border right there, and then you have a big permanent TFR that the FAA has put over Niagara Falls to keep air traffic off, from driving people insane. And then there's this little sliver of airspace that's Class G, and then everything behind that is the Niagara Falls International Airport or whatever it is.
Right.
So it was interesting operating drones in that space.
Wow.
Yeah.
So on the
cool.
On the U.S. side it said Avatar, but from the Canadian side it said Ratava. Right? Because they were seeing it backwards.
Well, so yeah, I guess if you were looking at it from Niagara Falls International Airport, it was backward. But then if you looked at it from the Canadian and the U.S. side up by the waterfall, everything was right.
Oh, okay.
It looked right.
All right.
And the projector, they projected all this stuff onto this really, I don't know what kind of material, but the screen that looked pretty much see-through during the day. But when you stood behind it with the mist of the waterfall and stuff, it made it look really like a hologram. It looked super 3D. It was really wild and very, very cool. So all those clips of the actual, from the movie, from the waterfall side of the screen, it looked like a giant hologram was sitting there being projected into the air, which is pretty cool.
I think that's how they do those on-stage holograms. They spray water mist or something up or something like that, right?
Yeah, I know that's how Disney does a lot of theirs in their theme parks, is they have vapor they're spraying out, and then they can create sort of a 3D effect. And
right. By speaking of vapors, let me know in the chat if you're vaping right now and what flavor. Let me know in the chat if you're vaping right now and what flavor.
Anybody vaping?
By the way, I'll just let everybody know that tonight, being a very special, super handsome night with Jake here, have you frozen?
No.
Frozen? Okay. I will, during the show tonight, give away a Pixel 5a phone at some point because I love you guys and I appreciate your support. I really do. This is a great phone. I'm giving this away at some point tonight. So tell your friends to hop on the stream. If they've never seen it before, you're going to have to be watching in order to win. This isn't something you can enter and then worry about later. And there's another thing we have to take care of right now, I think. For our yes, let's see, we've got almost 300 people watching.
Yep.
And how close are you? You're almost at 80,000 subscribers, right? Can you bring up there? There it is. There it is.
I am so close.
This is live. right now. So if we can get just 70 people who aren't subscribed to subscribe to Jake's channel right now, we can do this live. And if there's a moderator that would slap Jake's channel link in the description, we can get this done right now.
And
don't.
And what'll happen is a bunch of people will go unsubscribe real quick.
Yeah, that's what happens whenever I put mine up. There's my live count right there. Let's unsubscribe. Let's mess with Ken. Let's make Ken sad. No, please don't.
That's right. Nobody's unsubscribed yet, so we're good.
Nobody's
so far.
subscribed or unsubscribed.
Yep.
That is live,
either
right?
That or the amount of people unsubscribing are matching up with the amount of people subscribing, so we're just.
That's what it is. It's
I'm okay with that.
Delicate balancing act.
Oh! Look at that! Look at that!
Oh, we got 2 more. Nice.
Got 2 more.
All right, we'll check in on that in a little bit. But while we're talking about our fellow drone people in the YouTube-averse, I do have a special message. Oh, that's great. That's great, you guys. I do have a special message from our buddy Russ from 51 Drones. Jake, you want to pay particular attention to this because I know you can relate. Here, he just texted me this about 20 minutes ago. Enjoy this.
Hey everybody, Russ here from 51 Drones. I hope you're enjoying the show tonight. Hey, I just wanted to put this out there. If you guys are looking for a whole new experience when it comes to flying your drones, I can't recommend a better place in North Dakota. I mean, if you're looking for beautiful sunny skies all the time, like hardly any wind ever, beautiful scenery, I mean, North Dakota's the place to be to come fly. I mean, yeah, I guess, sure, we get a blizzard maybe once or twice a week for 7 months, but I mean, the rest of the year, freaking awesome. So if you guys are interested, just let me know and come and check out the best place to fly. You know, you never have to worry about a Karen here coming up and bothering you while you're flying. I don't know why. I never had anyone come bother me, especially on a day like today. So anyway, check out North Dakota. Enjoy the rest of the show, everybody.
Okay.
And I hope you have a good one. What?
He's always.
I'm okay.
He's okay. Oh, good.
Okay.
He's all right. Whew. All right, Russ. Thank you very much, buddy. Wow, that was pretty sad, actually. Do you have a lot of snow in Alaska right now?
We do. I was gonna try and play it, and I can't. But yesterday I was up at Independence Mine filming, and there's a good foot to 18 inches. And as I was hiking back down, I realized it was time for my normal Wednesday night stream. So I started live streaming while I was hiking down through the snow. And yeah, there's a good amount of snow around. Everything's frozen. Well,
let's check back with your subscriber count. What do you have now? Where are you? Hey, that's pretty close. We can do this tonight.
Oh, yeah.
We can do this tonight.
Easy.
That's awesome. So let's see. Oh, just 10 away. You know what? You know what, Jake, might help your subscriber count is if we thank my super chatters.
Oh, yes.
I mean, we've got some really supportive and generous people watching right now. And I want to thank everybody. There's been a lot of membership sharing. Like, you can gift a membership, and a lot of people have been doing that. I'm seeing a lot of new members here. And welcome, everybody. Let me just, this is before the stream started. Thank you so much. Everybody in here. We got Droner Boner, new member, which is just a great username. Christian Volet, I think, or Volette, thank you for becoming a member. Rob Muller, thank you very much for the €6. Brent Ariels, hold on a second. He's already a member. What'd you do? You've been a member, haven't you, buddy? And Drone Rob gifted a membership, and thank you very much for doing that. Ken Torbeck, $2. Thank you, Ken, very much. Us Kens got to stick together. He says, Ken's bucket list: crash a drone show. Yeah, we can make that happen, Ken. Did you just cross over 80,000?
Just crossed over 80,000.
Wow! That's fantastic. Look at you go. All right.
Look at that.
That's fantastic. Now let's check over in Ken's. Oh, I got a couple more too. Thanks, guys.
Hey, you're not going backward.
Yeah,
That's good.
well, I don't want to leave it up too long because people will. They'll just start messing with it. That's what they'll do. That's what they do. That's what they do. Yeah. All right, just very quickly, let me go back, and then we're going to get right into the news, and there's a lot of it. D&D aerial views, $5. Hey, Keith. Thanks, man. Is it Give Ken Milkshake Money time? Yes. Yes, it is. Ben T. Thank you, Ben, for the $10. We got 10 from Ben. Howdy, Ken. Great show tonight, he says. Thank you very much. WHM3. Is that $20? Thank you.
Yeah.
WHM3. Can I call you W? Thanks, buddy. He says, hi, TNLers. Just checking in. I can't stay. I'll watch the antics during Saturday morning coffee. That's the good thing about this. It's recorded, and you can watch it later. It doesn't have to be live, although it is much more fun to watch live. Wouldn't you say, Jake?
I absolutely, 100%. I do go back and watch your streams on replay because a lot of times I'm not able to tune in live. And I will say the replay value is spectacular. But live is just the best.
But I go back and I watch because I can't catch all of the comments during the stream because I'm doing other stuff because, you know, lots of buttons and stuff in here. But I do go back and some of you guys are just hilarious. But I do catch all of the super chats. As we get back into them, we've got, oh wow, there's a lot coming in. Saint Kenny, $2. Ken, bring us good news. I will, Saint Kenny. Thank you very much for being a member as well. Veritas Weasel, $5. Thank you very much. Vaping flavor, smoke and lipo. They should make that. They should make lipo flavor. That would be. That would not be good though. Artco. Hey, Art, $5 from Art. If your brains were dynamite, there wouldn't be enough to blow your hat off. Thanks, Art. Uncle Bill's Toys just gifted 5 new memberships, and that'll bring us up to 6 new members for the evening. Thank you so much, Uncle Bill's Toys. Wow, that's very generous. The Drone Dad became a new member just now. Welcome to the Heron Birds. Kim Fused FPV, $10. Thank you, Kim Fused. Epic co-host and great guest tonight, Eye Candy Galore. Love you, Ken. See, we're going to OH. We're going to over handsome tonight. Not because of me.
You know what?
Yeah.
We are. It's going to be a problem.
I mean, the Schappert, you know his smile can be seen for 2 statute miles. Quadcopters
I thought it was 5 statute miles.
Oh,
I mean,
he's got it
I thought
covered.
they could see it from the space station.
You can, if you have the right angle. Quadcopters and Tech, been a member of the Pigeon Jerky Gang for 5 months. Thank you very much. D&D Aerial Photography. Back at DD Aerial Photography, $5. Hello, he says. And Leonard with $20. Thank you, Oglesby. Buy yourself a turkey sandwich for Thanksgiving. Do you know what's sad? Is my family is way far away. I live in Tennessee. And for the last like 5, 6, 7 years, I've had nowhere to go for Thanksgiving. Jake, isn't that sad?
Aw.
Isn't that sad?
That is sad.
Until this year.
Do you go down to Denny's?
No, I just hang out with my dog. But now finally, I got me one of them girlfriend type things. And I've been invited over to their place. So that's nice.
That's awesome.
Dynadrone! $4.99. I better get in there and give my $5. I haven't been here for a while. Good to see everybody. Thanks, Dynadrone. St. Kenny's back with the $1.99. Hope there's enough alcohol for the throne. For the drone. 8 hours bottle of the throttle, my friend. And Kin Dynasty, I think that's how you say it. With a Canadian 99 cents. Thank you so much for throwing that our way. John Scott, $10. Hey, Ken, glad to see more videos from you now that you have more free time. I do. And I apologize to those people who were used to seeing TNL every single Thursday, but I had to back it down. I did it every week for 5 years, and that's enough.
Yep.
Because I wanted to get out there and do more videos. I wanted to get one of them girlfriend type things, time,
Yeah. Stuff and things
like that. So thank you, John Scott. Shendolamite, $4.20, vaping the Doja tonight, as I do every night. Good for you. Mudball Creative, been a member for 6 months. He says he needs validation. Jake, would you like to give Mudball some validation?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I think. Well, don't we validate for parking?
We don't validate parking, but I will make an
okay.
exception for you, Mudball. Jack Weiser. That's Bud's brother, Jack. $5. Keep it up. Thank you very much. And Genesee, who's not from Tennessee just yet. So much yumminess tonight. Going to be a great, handsome show. Well, that was my intention when I started this out. I said, who are the handsomest people that I know that I can bring on in the drone community? And of course, Schappert. Duh. That's a no-brainer. And then
Yeah,
I was like,
no contest.
who would be a bookend? Who would be equally handsome? And we have two handsome bookends in between, and I'd be the ugly sandwich. Of course, it's Jake the Snake Sloan.
Oh, I was thinking it's the other way around. We've got Schappert, who's the shining pinnacle example of handsomeness in the middle.
Right.
And then you and I are just kind of like
Well,
propping up his...
you know what? You know what would put you over the edge? If you just take the damn hat off.
It's part of my brand. I got recognized on the airplane flying back to Seattle from Chicago the other day because of this hat, and it's...
Well, leave it on. It's working for you, but I assure you, ladies, he's got a fine head of hair under there. Awesome. All
a
right.
lot.
Well,
I gotta get it cut.
it's probably time to get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
Heading over into the drone newsosphere, lots of news for you. What's going on? Jeff Sills.
Not bad. It's just, I guess, a sort of a wide variety of news this week. So to start things off,
Oh no. We set off the handsome breakers. The handsome breakers. I knew it would happen once we get one more handsome devil in here. Jeff, it was just too much. Too much. We're gonna have to reboot the show. Let me see if I can do it. Sit Control Alt.
Jake, he hasn't been like smoking the wacky stuff again, has
It will not. I can't.
I didn't see him smoking anything before, but I'm starting to wonder.
Oh, there we go, and we're back. All right, Jeff, what's happening?
Strange. Okay. So, DJI, found themselves on the Defense Department's official blacklist, right? Apparently because they had close ties to the Chinese military. So the tech giant has since denounced those allegations, stressing that it would formally challenge its inclusion on the list. They have put out a statement identifying that they are not associated with the Chinese military, and that they would like to operate in the United States in accordance with all of the rules and regulations as part of the National Defense Authorization Act. It's one of these things where it's like, we say they are, they say they're not. You take it for what it's worth, I guess.
Well, they are in China, are they not?
Yep, they're in China.
Okay,
and historically, I'm not going to say that they are, but historically, Chinese companies that operate in foreign countries have portions of their business that are monitored by the Chinese military or the Communist Party.
That they're influenced by the government? Not even a teensy little... Just a smidge?
Just a smidge.
Maybe, I don't know.
And I'm pretty sure that the Defense Department wasn't just like sitting there one day going, what can we put on this list? Do we have anything that we can just slap on this list? I'm pretty sure that they did some research, found some evidence.
They've done it for a reason. So
yeah, they've done it for a reason.
There's that information.
All right. So next in the news, we have Bullitt County's police department recently located a missing woman in just 15 minutes.
Oh, cool.
More of those reviews for
Well, technology in the air and to the rescue. Tonight, the Bullitt County Sheriff's Office says a woman is safe thanks to their brand new drone. This Tuesday, the Sheriff's Office got its brand new drone into the air, and then today they were able to successfully use that drone in finding a missing person over this property. You see this photo they gave us. Family members spent hours on foot searching for the missing woman in a large wooded area in Shepherdsville. Then Detective Sergeant Chris Hill was able to get the drone up over the area, and in 15 minutes, it detected a heat signature, which led deputies right to the missing woman, and she is doing fine tonight.
Okay, look, if you're proud of your drone and you want it to be a news story, wouldn't you give them video instead of a still picture of the leg of your drone and a four-wheeler path? Right? I just PR, folks. PR! Yeah, all right.
All right. This next story just chaps my hide. A 26-year-old man was on Friday arrested after his drone that crashed in, where was this at?
Where was that at?
Don't have it. Supreme Court Road in the Central District, wherever the hell that is. Anyway, so this 26-year-old man was arrested by the police department because when the officers were reported that citizens had found this crashed drone, right?
Yeah.
They arrived on the scene. The preliminary investigations showed that the owner had crashed the drone into the building while flying it at night. And after further investigation, they suspected that the owner was operating the drone dangerously. So they took the drone back. They did an in-depth investigation of the drone and found 20 indecent videos stored on the camera drone targeting citizens in their homes as well as guests in a local hotel.
Okay. And of course, their FAA registration was on it, and that's how they found out who it was, right?
This wasn't in the United States.
Oh, it wasn't? Okay, look, no matter where you are, and look, don't use your SD card as a storage device. That's the lesson we can take away from this, right? Right, Jake? When you go out for a shoot, you treat your SD card like it's a roll of film. You take it out, you transfer it, then you empty it out, right? Is that how you do it? No. Yeah. But people like, and I know he's watching, Barkley will get like 400 gig SD cards and just leave shit on there forever. I was with him a couple weeks ago. I love you, Barkley. I got to out you. And we were filming something. And I was like, I need that. Can you send that to me? No, I'll just give you the SD card. Okay, so I get it home. And there's stuff on there from a year ago. Like, what are you doing, man? No, I don't want to empty my SD card. I'll just get a bigger one and store stuff on there forever. So that's the lesson here, right, Jeff?
No.
No? Oh.
That would not be the lesson. The lesson is do not
I would say the lesson is don't do that, and don't crash your drone into a building when you're doing that so that somebody else can find it after the fact.
Yeah. Right. Right. One, don't record your own evidence, and two, don't do that. Yes, of course. Yes.
All right. So next in the news, those of us who live in Texas are extremely proud of the fact that the Battleship Texas, which was located down in Galveston, recently was moved to a dry dock, and they're in the process of doing some extensive repairs to this ship. And this is going to be a long-term project. The ship will be in the dry dock for quite some time. But what's really nice is that the general area where this is at is not a no-fly zone, which means that a lot of people have been able to get out and start shooting video footage of this with their drones. And this is just a sample of some of the recent footage that was released on November 8th of the work that's being done on this battleship, which is the last steam engine battleship of its kind.
Yeah. Now, just because it's open airspace doesn't mean you can pester the workers, right?
No, you don't want to pester the workers.
You don't want to pester
I will
but maybe
admit that
go up to them and ask them and say, hey.
I will admit that most of the videos that I have seen taken of the battleship have been from a distance and are very respectful of the work that's being done on this. This particular video, I believe, was something that was done by the actual society that is responsible for the repairs.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, this is done by a group called Third Coast Drones. So this is probably somebody that got permission with the groups that were there to formally shoot this photograph. This footage.
All right. Now, of course, all my FPV friends are like,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because that ship is high enough off the ground that you could fly under it.
Yes, you could fly under it. Can you imagine power looping a battleship, right? If you saw that coming up on your YouTube feed, power looping a battleship. Mr. Steele, million views.
Yes, I wholeheartedly recommend that somebody somewhere out there ask for permission to power loop the battleship before they take it out of dry dock.
Oh, please do it.
Please do it.
Yes.
All right. So next we have Skydio. Now, when Skydio released their most recent drone, one of the things, the Skydio 2, one of the things they talked about was a Skydio dock. This was a device that was supposed to be able to work with the Skydio and allow it to act as a charging base station. The enterprise, side of this business was really looking forward to this because you could take one of these docks, put it at a location, and the drone could be remotely triggered to fly off. And there was just so many great useful purposes of it, but the dock didn't exist. So now we have the dock. They have essentially unveiled this self-contained weatherproof charging base station that is now available for the Skydio 2 aircraft.
Okay. So
Yep. And December 7th is going to be dock day, and that's when the device will be available for purchase.
Dock day. I got to tell you, I can't watch Skydios fly themselves. I can't. It gives me the vapors. I get right, Jake. I can't. The way they fly themselves, it's like, oh, no, the wire, the tree.
Did you see the video I did where I did the Mavic 3 obstacle avoidance compared to the Skydio obstacle avoidance that I went and ran through this forest of gigantic trees and had it track me?
Yeah.
Watching the Skydio rip through those trees is just the most stressful, terrifying thing.
Stressful. Yes. So stressful.
But what's amazing is that it can do it, and that's what blows me away.
It can do it until it can't. It can do it until it can't, until it finds a little branch or a little wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it does it better than most others.
Yeah,
so
it's great. It's a very impressive technology, but okay, good luck. I'll be over here. I can't do it. I can't.
I remember doing the news story on the first Skydio, the Skydio 1, the square one with the cameras all the way around the thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the guy that first demonstrated it walked into a forest, and like all of us that were watching the first video were like, "What? No, turn around." And the thing starts navigating through the forest, and I mean, we're blown away.
I get so stressed.
It's great piece of kit.
I can't do it. I get triggered.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. So talking about good luck, recently we have this great video from the Ukraine, and I'm talking luck. This is the luckiest Russian soldier ever. Because they dropped bombs on him, and he tossed them away.
Get out of here. Get like he's swatting a bug away.
Just swatting the bug away. And surprisingly enough, the soldier survived.
Yeah, but the thing is, he stayed there after the first one.
Yes,
That's that's the thing. He stayed there after the first one was dropped on him. I'd be like, okay, they know where I am. I'm not going to curl up again. I'm going to be hightailing it out there.
Right.
Let's watch that again.
The second one, he's just kind of like fumbling around back there. I know it's back here somewhere.
Yeah.
And then grabs it, looks at it, then tosses it. I'd be like, get away, man. Like,
is that an impact fuse, or it goes when it hits the ground, right?
That's what I was under the impression with.
Yeah, because the one that's behind him is like this one here.
Yeah.
I mean, what luck, it hit his clothes or something. He's like, meh, get out of here. Meh. That's crazy.
Hats off to that one soldier for being able to do that. That was classic video.
Yeah, we don't see where he walked 200 yards away and stepped on a Ukraine mine. We didn't see that part. Okay, yeah, we don't need to talk about that. Okay, yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
So, in the UK, they have they have taken the first of its kind system to be trialed in the UK for rescuing people that are in the water. So they are using this waterproof drone and using the camera attached to it. You know, it can fly, float, and it can carry buoyancy aids, which can be remotely dropped from the drone into the water.
By the way,
and
I had buoyancy aids in college, but I got some medication. I'm sorry, I can't. My tummy hurt if I don't get it out. Go on, Jeff. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So they're working on applying this to the beaches in the UK to help people that have difficulty, in the sea or have gotten into situations where normally they would have to send out a rescue boat, etc. They can use the drone to basically get the assistance out to them quickly, at least stabilize the people long enough for them to be able to safely be retrieved.
That is
and
fantastic.
And I love these drones that can land in water. It's like, wow.
Yeah, you know what?
Listen here, Jeff. My drones can land in water too. It just takes a little bit of work to get them flying.
To get them back.
I've had several drones that have landed in water, sir.
No doubt. Yeah, and here's another thing. Unless your drone is specifically designed to do this, like this one is, don't tie like water bottles or. What else did they use in those? What are those things that the swimming things?
Packages,
the pool noodles. None of that works. You can ask Ready Set Drone about that one.
Yes.
No, those are purely oh crap, and at least I maybe will get it back and be able to recover the footage possibly.
Right. But this drone is great. I'm glad they have things like this. This is awesome.
All right, so next in the news, in New York City, hundreds of drones recently lit up the sky as part of a display celebrating the 10th anniversary of Candy Crush.
That's still a thing, Candy Crush?
This was a popular smartphone game, which is the largest franchise from the video game company Activision Blizzard, and so they decided to have a Candy Crush show.
Oh, cool. That is cool.
It's sort of a big advertising thing now. I mean, I've seen a couple of other large displays like this where it's basically just flying advertising.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like a drone show or anything. They're just impromptu displays out in the world. So that's, I guess, another use of these multi-drone shows.
And wait until the price comes down on cluster drone shows that can do like eat at Joe's, because right now outside advertising is like blow up guy in front of the car lot,
or the streamers behind the planes, along the beach.
Oh right,
so,
yeah, those are expensive to get going. By the way, that costs a lot.
I didn't think they were.
You know how much those drone shows cost?
How much? Do you know?
It's like between $350 and $750 per drone that goes in the air, depending on the complexity of the drone show and the length of it and all of that.
I don't believe you.
Like, oh no, that's it. And so if you go like, okay, we've got 500 drones in the air, you're talking $180,000.
Holy crap! Why?
Wow.
Because
there's not that many companies
I'm sure the
that'll do it.
liability insurance is probably insane. And then the planning, and you have to have like 30 people there to get them all plugged in and then synced up and linked up. And then it's a huge process. After watching it in person, I have a whole new respect for what those guys go through to get those things in the air.
I haven't seen one in person yet, but they are impressive.
All right. Well, so now we're going to drift into the realm of the weird.
Okay, good.
A Telugu actor turned politician by the name of Pawan Kalyan on Saturday decided that he wanted to go to the Ipatam village in the Andhra Pradesh Guntur region.
Yeah.
But he decided that he was going to go there sitting on top of a car with his supporters and security people dangling off the side of the car.
Sure, why not?
While it's moving.
Yeah.
And then film it.
Yeah.
With a drone.
Yeah, why not?
This is different, I guess.
Yeah.
The simple fact that nobody is wearing any safety equipment at all. And
wow.
That's wow. I'm not.
No, not a helmet on a motorcycle. Well, there's a couple helmets back there.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that's just wow.
So what if he falls off? Who's flying the drone? Oh, you can see the dude in the back, the car behind him. You can see the dude right in the car right behind him is flying the drone. Did you see that?
Yep.
That's just nuts.
I mean, that's a fun idea, I guess. Is he breaking any rules though? If you go by United States rules, I mean, all parties are involved, right? I mean,
India has rules similar to the United States. Now, whether or not those rules, holy crap, nearly hit the guy in the head.
Yeah.
But, wow.
I wonder what drone they're using. If it's some big lop your head off matrice or something.
It's probably a Alta 8.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but so one thing to follow up on this, the convoy was stopped earlier by the police because they felt that they were being a little bit dangerous, but then were let go to continue part of this drive that they did.
That's pretty visually spectacular.
Yeah,
but he should be smiling, right? Dude's not even smiling. He's up there like, doop, doo, doo.
I'm really debating as to whether or not it was his idea to do this. So,
oh, right.
You know, yeah. But yeah, there you go. There's that sequence where the guy, literally the drone misses this guy's head by a couple of feet.
Yeah.
It was like, holy Christ.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So next in the news, since we're going to go on the crazy side, a unknown threat of actors spent as much as $15,000 to carry out a single cyber attack using what they call a Wi-Fi pineapple and pen test tools that were mounted to a drone. So security researcher Greg Linares described the attack in a Twitter thread last week that this is the third real-world drone-based attack that he's encountered in the last 2 years. So the company, which was, I'm trying to see what type of business it was a financial service. They started noticing that over their Wi-Fi, they were getting funny interference, right? Yeah. And they started trying to trace what was causing this fluke that they were looking for, which led the team that was doing the investigation to the roof of the building, where they found sitting on the roof a modified DJI Matrice 600 and a modified DJI Phantom series drone sitting on the roof with this Wi-Fi pineapple device attached to it. So the white hats and the security admins were able to determine that the drones had been flown to the roof, and then using that device was hacking into the company for who knows how long.
Well, what are you gonna ninja your ass up there and put the hacker up there? No, you strap it to a drone and land on the roof. There you go, done and done. Of course.
Yeah. So apparently the device was something that they could do max spoofing to be able to get access to the Wi-Fi. This, of course, is a long shot form of security invasion, but again, flying it and landing it on the roof surreptitiously is something that is new to me.
Well,
all right.
Criminals think of all kinds of things to do.
All right, thinking of new things to do.
Yeah.
Ken, not really. I'm just going to say it. A co-op funeral care in the UK is now offering to bereaved families who have recently lost a loved one the option of using a drone to scatter their loved one's ashes.
This is insane. Or is it awesome? Let me know in the chat. Is this insane? Or is it awesome? It could be awesome, or it could be just crazy. You got any more information there, Jeff?
Yeah, so the services have become very popular in the UK for cremation ash scattering.
Yeah.
And
you mean to tell me you give them a nominal fee and they will scatter your ash all over the place?
No. Okay, so the idea of just having ashes scattered, typically that service, if not done with a drone, costs upwards of about $700.
Now, can you do this yourself, or do you have to ash permission?
I don't know. But this co-op, which is 800 different funeral homes
we're just gonna pour
the UK,
we're just gonna pour Uncle Frank into this drone. I'm sorry, I can't do it. Yeah, okay, go ahead, Jeff. Yeah.
Yeah, so research showed that 80% of families are now opting for cremation rather than burial, and 35% of people who chose cremation for their loved ones are opting to scatter the ashes in a location of specific significance. Using a drone to be able to get to these hard to access locations.
There goes
such
Grandma.
as deep out to sea, over rivers, at sporting grounds.
There goes
or beautiful
Grandpa.
locations. This co-op is going to help people do the drones. Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If you want your loved ones scattered on a sporting ground,
you have to ask permission of the.
Yeah, you have to ask permission,
right?
because
You can't just like, hey, I want to be scattered on the White House lawn. You can't just do that. But isn't it kind of, Jake, what do you think? Is it impersonal if you give the ashes to some ash hole and he flies the drone, or are you going to do it yourself? Like if you were flying the drone yourself and hit the release, then you have a connection. If if you FedEx Grandma
a clicker.
Oh yes, that's a great idea, actually, because you don't want
the drone pilots out there just ripping along the beach. Just whatever you feel like it, go ahead and push the button, and they're just like.
If I had to be released, my ashes released from a drone, I would hope that it was an FPV drone at the very least, doing a dive
100%
from the Burj Khalifa
Yeah,
or something, just something spectacular, not just I don't know.
Well, if you want to have this wonderful service, they are partnering with a company called Aerial Ashes, which was founded by a former Royal Air Force pilot by the name of Chris Mace. He's your guy.
Well, we'll be sure to ask him permission to do it.
Another weird and strange way of using drones.
Yes. Speaking of weird and strange, the weekly Boshart coming up in just a minute. Jeff, thank you so much for all the wonderful news.
Thank you very much to everybody who watches.
Now get out.
Oh boy, this is wearing me out. So, Jake the Snake, give us a joke and then give us your new subscriber count. But first, give me your joke. You do have a joke, right?
I have several.
Okay,
they're
what do you
all
got?
Bad.
Yes,
they're
that's what
totally
we want.
Dad jokes, and I proudly just accept the fact that that's who I am now. So, so what concert costs 45 cents?
I don't know. What concert costs 45 cents?
50 Cent featuring Nickelback.
I like that. And now, reveal your new subscriber count.
Da 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 da.
Hey, we got him over 80K. Thanks, everybody. That's wonderful. Congratulations. How's it feel?
Feels good. I feel different now.
Do you feel different?
Somehow more.
Yeah. Maybe you guys could help me. I just need 3 to get to 600 there. Can we do that while we're watching?
So close.
So close. So close. Don't unsubscribe just to mess with me. Don't do it. Don't do it, you cheeky bastards. Don't you dare. Let's see which way it goes. And nobody cares. Wow. Okay.
I tried to unsubscribe just to watch the number change.
Did you try to unsubscribe? All right.
I did.
Now we've got Jason Shepard gonna hop on here with us in just a minute. But of course, this is the time where we go up to the Great White North and we share the antics of one Uncle Medium and the weekly Boshart. Enjoy.
Hi everybody, Mr. Partyhead here for this week's bi-weekly Boshart. We've got a busy show, so let's get into it, shall we? I went to the pet store to buy a spider and the clerk said it was $200. I told him I can get one cheaper on the web.
Oh.
Ken, Uncle Extra Medium felt so terrible about the last show that he started using some pretty terrible language, and he almost got put in TikTok jail. So I've asked him to clean it up a little bit. So here he is now.
Okay.
Every day when I'm out walking the dogs, I get hit by the same bike. It's a vicious cycle.
Oh, God.
Someone has stolen all my window coverings. They robbed me blind. Jeffrey Dahmer ordered a pizza with a human nose on it. It was a Dahmer nose pizza.
What do you say? Don't you get it? Everyone always loves the stupid bad guy.
Yeah, we do.
Balloons are so weird. Happy birthday. Here's a sack of my breath. I used to build sandcastles with my grandma until my parents glued the urn shut. And now here's a quick one because, as usual, we are running out of time.
Yeah.
Understanding what a woman wants is very difficult. It's like trying to figure out what color the number 7 smells like. And on that note, and bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Boshart, for that. What your thoughts, Jake?
I have so many thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
They all got sidelined by one particular joke in there.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know which one you're talking about.
I'm not going to repeat it.
Yeah. So now, before we bring in Mr. Schappert, I want to let everybody know that I received this box, and we will look in this box. It's something spectacular. We'll look into that box later. But right now, I have to share something from Sir Smegs-a-Lot. This is from our buddy Andy. He says, Ken, I just parked a car at our car park and laughed my ass off at the license plate. And he sent this picture. FQFAA. Love, Andy. Look at that. That's fantastic. Thanks for sending that in, Andy.
Awesome.
If you want to send something in, you can send it here, kenheronupload@gmail.com. If it's a video, please let me know what your music source is if I have to replace it with Epidemic Sound. Links in the description. It helps the channel when you use the link, and you get a free 30-day subscription to all the music, all the sound effects at Epidemic Sound, because everything else is a crap. And that's true. And now, let's go ahead. And no, not that. There we go. Oh, there it is.
Wait, do you got to check? Do we need to check our connections? Make sure the internet's ready for this, because I feel like this is going to weigh heavily on the, the cables carrying the internet around the world.
That is true. We could OH. We could overhand some. Let's see here. I'm going to bring in Mr. Schappert as you tell us another wonderful joke.
All right. Why can't a nose be 12 inches long?
Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? I don't know.
Yes. Because then it would be a foot.
It would be a foot. Now, I've screwed up. I've done something with Skype. And I've... Oh, wait.
Uh-oh.
Oh, wait. No. Wait. Oh, wait. No. There we go. Wait. Oh, good God. Skype changed their interface, and I still haven't figured it out.
That's my favorite. When companies change something for no apparent reason other than they just are like, hey, we can change this.
Yep.
And mess everybody up. And
I
think there's a whole bunch of programmers that are like, wait till we do this. Nobody's going to know how to use our product anymore.
Really, it's like truly and really. And I spent time with it to try to figure it out. So I know that if I hit this button, that you'll drop. Yep. He gone. So now we're going to... Oh, kill me. I'm in hell. Hey.
Look at that good-looking guy.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Wow. I thought I was in mirror mode here for a second. I was like, I was seeing myself. I was really seeing you.
Yeah.
It was just, you're such a good-looking guy. Now, if we just get Jake back.
We get Jake back.
Amazing.
Yeah. Send your angry letters to Skype at skype.douche. Let's see. Oh, I think we're going to get him back. I hope we're going to get him back. Stand by.
Yeah.
For Jay!
Look at that.
All right.
Wow.
Oh, I hate Skype so much.
It works.
So, Jason.
Yes, sir.
Let's just start right out. You've got a hurricane barreling down towards you right now. What's the status?
So I apologize. I'm not in the studio. I did wear 2 watches though.
Yeah.
But it's really, it's quite nasty outside. So we unplugged everything in the studio just in case we get struck by lightning or something. This area I don't care so much about. So for you, Ken, I will be your guest during a hurricane, just for you.
All right. Hey, let's get over to the Doppler. Let's check that Doppler radar. let's see where you are. You're in the Florida area. See that?
Yeah, that big peninsula that sticks out there, that one you haven't come to visit, and I keep inviting you.
Yeah. Oh no, I'll be there.
That's
Hey,
Florida.
let's put the map into motion.
Jason, whereabouts in Florida are you?
Right now, I'm actually down in Naples. Normally, I'm up in Ocala, but right now I'm in Naples, which is southwest Florida. That's where we got hit real hard with the first hurricane, Ian. We had 4 feet of water in the house.
Wow.
So
I was in Fort Myers doing some work in Fort Myers like 5 days before Ian hit.
No way. Yeah, it's.
We were staying on the beach that pretty much got wiped out.
Yeah.
Like just so.
So we took one of our little airplanes up, our little Cessna 172. We just cruised down the beach at 500 feet, and you're seeing entire roofs that just got ripped off. It looks like you're looking at like a floor plan, because the couch is still there and the fridge is still there. They're just missing the roof, and it's really the news. I don't know if the news is doing it justice. It's really, really bad up in Fort Myers.
And you had some damage in the last one to your house.
Yeah, we had 4 feet of water in the house, lost the cars, lost my beautiful office, which I've live streamed from with you before, bedrooms, all sorts of stuff. But you know what? It's just stuff. Did lose 2 drones though, so that was sad. One of them was Dave's FPV drone. I still got to get back with Dave with Fly High to fix everything up.
Oh.
So I can get back to my FPV career, to give Ken some run for his money.
I'm so sorry about that. Well, thanks for being on during this this unusual hurricane.
No problem.
Doesn't seem like it's going to be as bad though.
No, it's not as bad. And hey, can I share a quick funny story related to the ashes from a drone? Is it? Did we already beat all the ash jokes?
No, please. Yeah.
So many of you know, before I got into drones, I've always been into manned aviation, flying little Cessna 172s and stuff. And a buddy of mine had a service where he dropped ashes from a Cessna 172. And how they used to do it is they would...
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Yes, you can guess, of course.
I do know from having friends that are a manned pilot that in small planes there's a little tube that you pee into. Is that it?
It's called a relief tube, and no, it did not go out the relief tube.
Because that would be just so disrespectful. We're gonna jam Uncle Carl in here. Go ahead, Carl. Oh, there's still a little bit of Carl left. All right, I think he's gone.
You do not put your mouth near the relief tube either.
No.
But no, they used to just take up Grandma and Grandpa in a brown paper bag.
Oh God!
And they would open up the window and shake it out. Well, one day he took up a young kid who was interested in learning to fly, wanting to build some hours, and had the kid throw the ashes out. Well, he opened up the window, but if you don't get the ashes or anything you're dropping out of an airplane out enough, it creates this suction kind of vortex.
Oh no!
So he sprinkled it out. They got sucked back in the airplane, and I can't make this up. The poor kid screamed. In the screaming, he had ashes in his teeth. The poor kid. So there's ashes flying all around the cockpit. It's picture, you open up a window. It's like when you open one window in a car. It creates that vortex. It hurts your ears.
Right.
So ashes are flying all around the airplane. The poor kid got grandma in his teeth.
That's a lot of therapy.
But since then, they've invented a new system where they strap it to the strut and they pull a string like how you used to trap a bird when you were a kid with a shoebox.
Oh, okay.
And just open up that way.
Okay.
Better.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Not to get too personal, but I plan on being cremated. But so I don't know where I want to be sprinkled. If you have any suggestions of where I should be sprinkled, please let me know in the chat. I would love to go back and read that later.
Wow.
Or if you want to read them now, go ahead and put them in a super chat, and I will read them right now. So,
well played.
Yeah. So, what else is new with you?
Wow, sir. So we're actually planning on doing some big things with world famous Ken Heron as well.
Go on.
He and I are going to be collaborating on a few little things and everything else, and so we can chat a little bit about that. But lately, the past 2 weeks has just been preparing for hurricanes for us. We've been doing quite a bit of filming and everything else, but it's been, getting the studio set up and getting everything else ready for filming, and then taking it all apart, ready for a hurricane. So that's been our past 2 weeks of these two storms, or 3 weeks really. So
you might see me in the next month or two right here on remotepilot101.com.
That's accurate. So I'll share with everybody what we're thinking, and maybe we can go back to the comments and see what everybody thinks. So we want to make Ken Heron just that much more famous. I mean, a good-looking guy with that, that platinum blonde hair, everything else that he has, I think could go a long way. With everything that he has there. And you're just a complete package.
I have a lot to offer.
So,
yeah.
You have a lot to offer. It's very clear. So I'm gonna do my best to try to get Ken to come down to Florida. That'll be the first step. And then we want to collaborate on some content for behind the paywall. So all you that are lifetime members of Remote Pilot 101 and members of Remote Pilot 101, you'll be able to access some of that, some fly-in, some drone flying tips and everything else. If there's anything you ever wanted to see Ken Heron talk about and be slightly serious about, now's a great time to put it in the chat, because we're looking for.
It'd be like drone OnlyFans. Yeah.
Jake has an idea.
Is Ken going to have to wear 2 watches?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
I will wear 4 watches. I got 2 ankles, don't I?
Wow. Well, you got to move the ankle bracelet up, but I mean, other than that,
will a Rolex interfere with my GPS tracker that the sheriff makes me wear?
Just as long as you charge it at night.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So Leonard Oglesby, who did super chat, suggested that my ashes be sprinkled at Minefield.
Wow. It'll be like Ken and Billy Tripp just together forever.
Yeah, well, Billy Tripp's Minefield is actually already going to be a monument to someone's death, and that would be Billy Tripp. That's where he's going to be buried. Actually, the whole thing is not an FPV playground like we think, but it's actually an homage to his family and the people who he loves, and that's his.
There's another good one in there. Thunderbird 6 said to sprinkle Ken in the Raz.
Ooh! Now, is there any law that says you can't mix my ashes with purple and blue glitter? Right? Just shake it up and then, so it's like fabulous.
Oh.
I'll be in the Raz. And I'll have a really dry fart on my way down.
Congratulations.
I like Linda's idea of putting Ken's ashes in a tube sock and then dump them by drone.
Oh, yeah.
And deliver him.
Deliver me.
A good idea.
Deliver him in a tube sock via drone.
There you go. We're going to play a game tonight, by the way. And we've played a similar game before. But we're going to play a game tonight. Hold on. Let me get my music.
I just want to warn you, Jason, if you don't get this game right, I'll be severely disappointed, because Ken had me play a game where I had to recognize snow from Alaska and snow from, Iceland?
Yeah.
And I correctly identified it in all the photos he showed me. So
You did.
Wow.
I am, and now this is a reference for people 50 and over, but I am the Merv Griffin of YouTube games. And this game we're going to play with you tonight. I know you don't there. Zygote. But this game we're going to play tonight is called Getting Some Tail. Getting Some Tail. I'll just let you think on that for a minute. Before we get too far afield, I do want to talk about drone tag. I'm working on a video. I'm going to hopefully post it tomorrow or Saturday morning at the latest. But this is the first FAA approved, and it's also approved in the UK for use as an add-on for drones. This is the Drone Tag Mini, and it is mini, and it works really, really well. It's very, my camera isn't as good as yours, Jake, but it works really well. And I spoke with the CEO and asked him one of the most important questions about it, and about remote ID in general, and that is, can the Karens find out where you're controlling the drone from? And this is just part of the interview that you'll see in my video coming up. So here he is. This is Lucas. How is it able to tell where we are? Like if there was a Karen that wanted to find us, how does it doing that?
So if we get into the category which we try to fit in, which is broadcast remote ID module as defined by the FAA. So we only have the takeoff location available. So if you would go with a standard remote ID approach, that's the one where the remote ID is already integrated inside the drone. Then you are getting real-time position updates about the pilot because you get the position of the ground station. But for the broadcast remote ID module, there is always just a takeoff position. So once you take off and move 1 mile, then the position will be off.
Okay, is that the way it's always going to be? Because
for the broadcast remote modules, it will always be that because it's defined by the standard, it's defined by the regulation, and the same applies for the standard remote ID. That's why we see people are making riots and want to burn FAA because they are sensible for let's say broadcasting their position to anyone.
Right, and it's not you guys that invented remote ID. You're just making this stuff.
We actually didn't invent it, but we always had in mind an idea that we would like to see drones coordinated. And by drones, I don't mean the aero modelers, I don't mean the FPV pilots. I mean the drones that will be doing and conducting some kind of businesses. So drone deliveries or any kind of inspections that will be done by multiple drones. And that's the original group we developed the solution for. And now the mandate is here. So we are trying to reflect our solution to also, let's say, offer some product for these kind of groups that get involved in remote ID, even though they are not, let's say, threat to anyone. So that's what I mentioned, that it might be expensive for, let's say, most of your audience, but in reality, we will be releasing soon new solutions. There will be another competition on the market that will be further driving the prices down, and even the technology will get more advanced. So most people don't have to worry about, let's say, retrofitting their drones. They will already get the solution by using new flight controller within few years or so.
Right. So this product is mostly for people that are doing 107 flights professionally with large drones that want to be in compliance early with a drone that may not have remote ID available in the hardware on board.
Yeah, we have many customers that are 107. They are flying near to the airports, in the cities. They're flying over the people. And this really helps them to, let's say, tell FAA that the operation will be conducted in best manner, safe. And whenever they will do something wrong, they can be, let's say, seen by anyone else. So this also helped the professional pilots to get, let's say, better kind of approvals than just sending something on a paper.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of confusion comes in, because most of my audience are hobbyists, FPV guys that are worried about all this stuff coming down. And when you said a little while ago that it only has your takeoff position, I know what everybody's thinking. They're like, well, I'll take off from over here. I'll just walkity-walk over here, and I won't be bothered by any Karens. But, in the future, that might not be something that we really have to even worry about.
Yeah, the situation is very different in the US and in Europe. So we see that most European countries have adopted the remote ID, and let's say they basically even didn't notice. So for example, we see many similar hobbyists complaining in the UK because they are also very, let's say, sensitive about sharing their current pilot position, and they are afraid of someone attacking them and stealing their drone. So that's very similar to the US market. But for example, in other countries, Germany, France, Spain, even our home country, Czech Republic, we don't see much concern about sharing the even takeoff or real-time pilot position. But I got the point. For the, let's say, hobbyists, this is completely, let's say, overkill, I would say.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate what you're doing, and thank you for your time, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you again. I really appreciate your invitation and looking forward to working with you.
So once again, just to reiterate, this device is just an early release for an add-on module for those 107 professionals that want to be in compliance. This is not made for FPV. This is not made for most hobbyists.
Right.
Your thoughts, Jason, about what we just heard?
I want to start off by saying, Ken, you look dashing in yellow.
I know, right? That's what I'm wearing most of the time in here, by the way, everybody. That was,
a yellow Star Trek shirt?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to wear a red one because then, red shirts don't last too long in Star Trek.
You won't make it past the news break in the TNL.
That's right. Yeah.
Wow. Listen, I think it's great. Ken, I bet we could pull up some archived episodes where I said, if anybody ever wanted to get into the, aviation drone space with a little bit of a tech slant, we needed somebody to come out and make an add-on. It's great that, Skydio is already talking about this. DJI is already talking about this. The drones manufactured after this date are going to come out remote ID ready. That's awesome. But I still love my Inspire 2, and I want to legally fly my Inspire 2. We have so many great drones that I want to keep operating. I need an add-on module like this. So this is the first one I have seen with it. I think it's going to be great for helping us to check that box. And like you said, this is for Part 107 pilots who need to check the remote ID box, which is going to be everybody here coming up. And again, think of it like this. I know people go, ooh, remote ID, it's gross. I don't want everybody, Karen's watching me and everything else. Remote ID, I give the analogy, it's very similar to a digital license plate. Just because you have someone's license plate, Ken's driving down the road and he sees a pretty girl and all he remembers is her license plate. He can't go Google her license plate and figure out where she lives. Lucky for her, right?
I know some guys. I can figure it out.
He does drive a cop car, so maybe he could.
Right.
I don't know. But you're not going to be able just to, Google this and go, I know where Ken lives now, and I'm going to show up at Ken's house and everything else. It's very, very similar to that.
Yes. Well,
think of it like a license plate for your drone.
This add-on module, the way it is now, doesn't track your location, the pilot's location, through the controller in real time. But all of the newer drones that are out now, you may have seen this, and please, Jake, speak to this. Right now, you can choose to whether to turn on with a toggle switch your remote ID in the software. I think like the Mavic 3, the Mini. No, he's shaking his head. You can't choose.
Once you update, it's on.
Oh, we've got
there's no ability to turn it off. So I have one Mavic 3 that's updated, so it's broadcasting remote ID. Anytime I turn it on and take off. And then one that isn't updated yet, and then my Mini 3, I think, is updated. So it's broadcasting remote ID anytime I take off, too.
So if you don't update the firmware, then you won't be able to take off, right? There's no...
you could still take off. You just, by whenever this goes into, September 2023?
Yeah.
Then you won't be legal unless you update the firmware.
Right.
Okay, and the way that Lucas explained it is that DJI products in particular that have the built-in with the hardware and the software, they will be able to track your position in real time, and that will be available through the what I'm calling
100% broadcast your GPS coordinates of the drone, along with some info about like altitude, heading, and direction, speed, stuff like that with the drone, and then the GPS coordinates of the control station is also broadcast.
I'm trying to think of a way around this, which is just the way my brain works. So if you have a new drone like a Mavic 3 that has it built in, right, that automatically starts, if you put this module on it to be in compliance, there's no way to turn it off, because there's going to be hackers, there's going to be groups that are going to allow you to turn off your new drone.
Remember when people put tinfoil over their Phantoms to try to fly in different airspace? Like, we're going to do stupid stuff.
Yeah. Yes.
So I was doing a project in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
It was through the night.
Yeah.
I make sure I don't share anything I can't share. And so the first part of the filming that I was flying drones for was outside exteriors, and then all the rest of the night was interior. The president's TFR went into effect at 6:30 p.m.
Uh-oh.
So we were flying. I was out there with the crew going, we literally have 10 minutes until this drone is on the ground, and I am not taking it off again because I have remote ID active in there anyway. So we filmed to 628. I landed the drone and we went inside. I was really worried that inside, if it got enough GPS signal, that it would ground the drone because of the TFR. Thankfully, it didn't. And then also, because I use the smart controller, it doesn't have any data connection, so it doesn't download the current TFRs. So even if it had, I would have been okay. But my backup plan was tinfoil.
Was it?
I was like, what if I can't fly? I mean, like, I got to fly. I have to fly it inside. And if it picks up enough GPS signal where it's like, no, you can't. It's a TFR.
Yeah.
But then my other thought was the Secret Service is going to be out there because they were everywhere. And they're going to be like, where the hell is this guy flying a drone? What's going on here? Because it's broadcasting my location.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: everybody's going to try to think of a way around this. And I'm already seeing in the chat right now people saying, I'll just stick with my sub, a 250 gram. You want to speak to that, Jason?
Yes, we talked about this a lot. We remember when the Mini came out. I know you have the music ready for the Outlaw drone, probably queued up, and everything else.
Yeah.
It is not an Outlaw drone. If you want to use it for Part 107, it still needs to be registered.
Yeah, you have to follow all the same rules and regulations.
Yeah.
The only thing that you'll save is $5 from having to register it. But because even though you don't have to register it, you still have to follow the rules of the airspace. So it's not
the outlaw drone.
I play one more second of that, I get a copyright strike. But yeah. So now let me just work this out. So if there's a way to hack your, and I'm not talking about like, the worry that you were having, Jake, you're a professional filmmaker and drone pilot. So you have to comply. You have to keep all your firmware updated by the rules. You have to. So maybe you could use one of these if you're using an older drone once this rolls into effect. Sure. But for those rebels, if there's a group out there, I think I know some groups. I'm not going to name the groups, but they come up with these hacks that you put into your mostly DJI products, and then you can open up airspace and do whatever you want. You do not want to do that if you're a professional pilot.
No, you're risking your whole certificate.
Because you'll lose that, and then you'll lose your business.
And I had somebody on the crew that night ask me if I would be okay with just flying outside the door and doing one quick shot out there. And I looked at him, I was like, no, this is a presidential TFR. I will disappear for the rest of my life if I go out and do this.
You would.
I mean, and my career is over. If that's the only thing that happened, it's done.
Yeah, the food at Gitmo is not good, I hear.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
But for everyone else, the hobbyists and everything, Drone Tag, the company, they're coming out with internals, stuff that you can add on to older drones, and it'll be lighter and cheaper. This thing is $300.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah, it's $300, and it's kind of heavy, but I did put it on a Mini 3 and it flew fine. So and I don't know if you can see it here, but it's got places for antenna. It's got places for antennas add-ons here, and it does have a cellular technology in it that's not activated just yet. But I'm putting together a whole video. We did a whole video about it to be released tomorrow. So let me know your thoughts in the chat if you have any questions for either of these two handsome devils.
I have a question for Jason.
Sure.
Now I know you're private. I assume you have your CFI and your CFI.
Sure. Yeah.
What other endorsements do you have?
So I have my ATP, which is Airline Transport Pilot as well. So that's the highest.
What's that? What's that give you?
Lets you fly airliners.
Basically. Oh, really? You can fly airliners?
Never done it. No desire. But
that's cool.
Yeah. My real dream was to be a fighter pilot. I wanted to be like Maverick and go to Top Gun, do that, but I was too tall to fly anything fun. I wanted to fly the F-15E in the Air Force.
Wait, how
too
tall are you?
6'4".
Oh, me too. Yeah.
You tall MFers. You know what?
Fighter pilot.
Wouldn't it be a great picture? Me between those two. It'd be a great picture.
Yeah.
No,
We need to
and
make that happen somehow.
yeah,
That'd be good.
And by the way, Jason, I
Okay.
know your dream. You've said it before. That's not your dream.
What's my dream, Ken?
Your dream is to be on a passenger plane. The
yeah,
pilot is
I
incapacitated
apologize.
somehow,
Lift, I
and
want the
then then they go over the intercom system and they say, "Is there anyone here that can fly this plane?" And you rush up with your 2 watches, and you're like, "I'll save us." That's your dream.
2 watches and your phone, because you need to put it, you need to film the whole process too. As
Right.
You're bringing
Oh,
your life
yeah.
in. I mean,
Yeah.
It'd be a waste.
If you
of your
aren't
film.
live streaming that on some social media platform,
Yeah,
I would be
yeah,
so
total
disappointed.
Yeah.
Total waste.
Yeah. If it's not on video, it didn't happen. Right.
One time we were in a Piper Arrow, which it's a small 4-seater plane with retractable landing gear, and we couldn't get the landing gear to come down. And it wasn't my airplane. And I was texting one of our video guys, John, and going, "We're about to have a gear up landing. Come out to the airport so you can film it, right? Like, if we're going to have an emergency, let's make the most out of it."
Yeah.
You know?
Film it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Film-
absolutely.
Film the plane tumbling in a
not my
fiery.
airplane.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Get it for the insurance company and for the likes. Yeah.
I'll say
Exactly.
I'd rather have a gear up landing than some of the other rough landings
yeah.
that I've seen.
So what
Oh, yeah.
other
Yeah.
certifications do you have?
I can fly helicopters too. I don't know if you knew that.
That's what
So,
I told Jake that we were talking off the air and Jake was like, "I want to be a helicopter pilot," and then
So,
I said,
yeah, so
"Shouldn't you
here's-
fly?"
Here's my dilemma.
I said, "Shouldn't you fly fixed wing first, right?" And then Jake's like, "Nah, I'll just go right to the helicopter." Do people generally do fixed wing first and then go to a helicopter?
You can. Those people are typically like Army guys and Army gals that learn, has the Army pay for it. Learning to fly a helicopter is so expensive. Like our little airplanes that we rent out are $200 an hour. Go look at the price of a Robinson R-44. It's going to be pushing $500 an hour.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it is stupid expensive to rent a helicopter. It's the insurance. It's killer.
Yep.
And how many hours do you need in it?
That's my dilemma there, Jason, is I live in Alaska, so I'm always around and in and out of all kinds of small aircraft. And so I end up flying them a lot too, just, when pilots are bored or whatever. So I have flown fixed wing a lot, mostly tail draggers. And then I've also flown helicopters a few times, which is incredibly fun. And I've come to this point where I'm like, okay, I want to get my private at some point. I've wanted to for a long time. But after flying helicopters a bunch this summer, it's like, if they just weren't so gosh darn expensive.
Yeah, I hear it. Ken, can I do a shameless plug?
Of course.
You need the Private Pilot Blueprint. Everything I wish someone would told me before I started my flight training, how to save time and money in the entire process, and you can have one at privatepilotblueprint.com.
What's that website again?
Wow, you're good. That's Private Pilot Blueprint. I'm sorry, that's www.privatepilotblueprint.com.
Nobody said, by the way, for people watching on,
an old infomercial.
I know, and we have some older people watching. Just so you know, impress your grandchildren. Nobody says www anymore. Nobody. Okay? If you're still saying it.
Colon.
Right. That's like
HTTP : /
Like when you write a letter to your grandchildren in cursive, just remember we don't say www anymore. I'm an old, but I know that.
You'll appreciate this, Ken. I remember back in the olden days, when my mom thought she was so into technology, when we'd go on these family road trips, and she would print out MapQuest directions.
Yeah.
To go on our family vacation. And she's like, "I'm super tech savvy, Jason. Look, I printed MapQuest." I'm like, "Wow, Mom." And AOL bought them. Like, that's a big deal.
I bet I'm your mother's age. How old's your mom?
My mom is 59.
Damn it. Really?
Really? Yeah.
I'm 56. Oh, man.
You could be my father.
You're right. I mean, or your older brother.
twinsies.
Your older brother. Come on.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Let's-
Or that creepy uncle.
Yeah. So let's play a fabulous game where our viewers can get a fabulous prize. All right.
Okay.
And let's do freewellgear.com filters. Okay. Let's pick. We'll each of us pick a person. All right.
Wow.
Pick me. Pick me. Pick me. All right, and don't forget, later on, I'll be giving away this Google Pixel 5a phone. So stay tuned for that. Yes. But right now, we're gonna play a game with Jason where he has to guess what kind of plane it is.
Love playing games with you, Ken.
So, Jake, pick someone, write their username down, but don't tell me who it is, okay?
Done.
All right, we're all gonna pick someone. All right? And we're gonna write their username down. And next to their username, I want you to guess, out of 7, how many Schappert will get right. Okay? And whoever's closest, without going over, their person will win.
I guess as well? Out of how
You
many?
You guess as well. Out of 7, how many do you think you'll get?
How long have you been flying, Jason?
Almost 16 years, 17 years.
I was gonna say, if you had to think much longer about that, I would have gotten worried for a second there.
All right, I've got mine.
Started last week.
All right, I've got mine. Jake, do you have your person and your number of how many?
I have my person and my number. Yeah, I don't know what the game is, but I'm all.
All right, let's play. Getting some tail. That's the name of the game. The name of the game is Getting Some Tail. Let's get into our positions here as we play the game. All right, there we go. We're down there. You're in the center square, Jason.
I see me.
All right. Now, I will ask you to, Jason, go into the circle of trust and not look at your chat right now.
I'm not. You're full screen right now.
Okay. All right, there we go. Man, the chat's going so quick. So you can guess along at home, but this is Getting Some Tail. It's not the game you think it is. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a picture of just the plane's tail, and you have to tell me what kind of plane it is.
Really?
Yeah. And there's 7. Best out of 7.
Really difficult.
You think? Unless, you've been in aviation forever. And
What kind of airplanes are we talking about?
These are not passenger airplanes. These are all...
Okay. General aviation?
Mini Buddy Holly Killens.
Ken went on Google and was like, airplane tails.
That's
and
right.
Then
That's
just
right.
grabbed 7 images.
That's right. Yeah. Don't
one
Google
of them is that Caspian Sea Monster, remember the ground effect machine they built in Russia?
Yes. Right.
Yes.
No, these shouldn't be that difficult. And I have photoshopped any indicators or names or brands out of it. So, all right. So here is tail number 1.
Got it.
You got it? What is the answer?
Yeah. That's a Cirrus.
But what kind of Cirrus?
It's either an SR-20 or an SR-22.
Wow! It's an SR-22. That was pretty good. That was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So you
those
got...
are nice aircraft.
He got 1. Oh, my goodness. Well, did you guess a high number, Jake?
High-ish.
High-ish. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here is tail number...
Listen, as somebody who sat under... Oh, I know what that is.
You do?
That's a J3 Piper Cub.
Wow! Yes, correct! Holy moly. See, isn't this a fun game?
This is an awesome game.
It's a fun game. Okay. Now, Jake, you can tell us if you know, but please, no help from the audience unless he requests phone a friend. All right?
Oh, thank you, Reed.
All right.
Thanks, Regis.
You bet. Let's see. Is anyone getting this in the chat?
A couple people got the Cirrus.
Okay. Very good.
And a lot of people said Cub on that last one, but there's a lot of variations of Cubs.
Yeah, and there's
a ton of variations.
There's a little bit of lag.
The fact that Jason right away went to the J3 is super impressive because that's...
Well, they're only getting tougher from here. Here is your next tail. What do you got there?
That's a Diamond DA-20.
Close! I'll give it to you.
Diamond DA-40?
I'll give it to you. Yeah, it's a 40.
40.
How about that, man? That's a unique tail, isn't it? Holy moly.
It's a T-tail.
Wow, you're really good. You are surprisingly good at this. See, anybody getting it?
I hope he has an Aero Coupe in here.
Oh.
I don't know. We'll just have to...
Ken's going, well, I don't know if I do or not.
We'll just have to wait and see. I don't know. All right. So 3 down so far. You're aces. We got a few more to go. Here we go. Best out of 7. Here's your next tail. What do you got, Schappert? What do you got?
I got to think about this one. Is it a Piper product?
You talk it out in your head. I can't help you out.
I'm just asking if that's the manufacturer.
I can't give you the answer. You have to tell me.
With that kind of slant. No, that's a Cessna 172. Sorry.
No. That's a Cessna 152.
You're killing me.
Well, I mean, there's one you got wrong. Okay, no problem. Close though. Close. All right. Yeah. So here's your next tail.
That's a 172.
Yes. Very good. That is a 172.
Okay, can you put the 172 and 152 next
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's.
Come on.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I see what you're saying. All right. Should we give it to him? Should we give it to him?
Came from Wichita.
All right. I'll give it to him. All right. So far, 5. Got 2 left. You've got 5. I guessed 5.
That's what I guessed too.
Did you guess 5? How many did
Dang
you?
It.
How many did you guess, Jason?
I guess 7. I have.
Oh, okay. All right.
Both Ken
I'm here.
and I are like, there's no way.
Win.
There's no way he's gonna get all 7.
Okay.
I'm here to win.
All right. He's in it to win it. All right. Here is your next tail.
King Air 90.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, it's a King Air 90 of some sort, or it's a King Air.
No, it is. You're right. No, you're right. You got it. That's a Textron Beechcraft B300 King Air.
Yeah.
But you in the industry just call it a King Air. Yeah. Wow, 6.
You got to get the Textron in there.
Well, yeah. Well, Textron. Yeah, sure. That's what Google said. All right. What do I know? All right. Wow. Junk Pick said
these are some
DC
nice tails.
You like the tails I've chosen for you?
Yeah, really nice tails.
Thanks. All right. Here is your final tail, and we're going for a perfect score. What plane is this? I'll be so impressed. So impressed. There's no trick tails. Pretty straightforward.
No, I'm gonna say it's too big. It's either a Beechcraft Duchess or a Piper Tomahawk.
Which one you going with?
I'm going to go with the Beechcraft Duchess.
Yes! Wow! Holy moly! You are good, sir! Fantastic. That was amazing. That was amazing. Congratulations! That was Getting Some Tail, Jason Shepard.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
So now you guessed 7. You got 7. So who is the winner?
Our winner he's a Heron bird too.
Yeah.
His name is Trevor Fuss.
Congratulations, Trevor Fuss. You've got some filters from freewellgear.com. Just email me and remind me because I'm old and I forget things. That was fantastic. Was that a fun game?
That was actually a lot of fun. That was way better than the boy band game we used to play.
Yeah. Jake, do you want to tell me what loser you picked?
I picked the Drone Dad.
The Drone Dad?
Sorry.
I liked that name. That's a good name.
Oh, man. Sorry, Drone Dad. And I picked One Vision Aerial. Oh. Now,
I will say I should not have doubted Jason. Definitely is an expert. As somebody who took and graduated the Remote Pilot 101 and passed my test on my first try and have since passed several successive re-uppings. I should never have doubted Jason's prowess at being able to look at an airplane tail and nail it on the first try.
You're right. Speaking of which, should we talk very quickly about RemotePilot101.com?
I would love that, Ken.
And by the way, let's give everyone a trophy. I will give you all free well gear, the losers. So I'm going to give One Vision Aerial, so you're not disappointed. I'll give you some filters as well. Email me. And who is the other loser winner?
The Drone Dad.
The Drone Dad. All right.
Good name.
You're all winners. There you go. Everybody gets a trophy. So remotepilot101.com. That is the place to go. If you want to legally make money with your drone, if you're starting a drone business, because a lot of people are these days, you're going to want to go to Jason's online course.
And it's getting better and better each day. I meant what I said earlier. I know Ken and I were kind of joking, but the goal is to have Ken come down to the studio, do some filming, do some flying down here, maybe put Ken in an airplane as well.
Yeah.
And just release some kind of micro courses in addition to our current offerings as well. I know Ken is fun and goofy sometimes, but there's some knowledge. There's some, the gray hair is a crown of wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom there, so that's just how I look at it.
That's very kind of you to say. And remember, when you go there, you can get the course for life for a low price of 30% off if you use Heron 18. That's just like $104, isn't it?
It's like I've run your credit card once or twice before. It's like,
Yeah, I do. Heron 18, 30% off, remotepilot101.com. And, knowledge is power. And it's been a while since I've taken the initial test, since 2016.
Sure.
But I do remember all that stuff. And I don't remember all the doggone sectional stuff. I have to brush up on that. There's the mug.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Look at you.
But sectionals make my eyes cross. But you explained it all very well.
Well, I appreciate that. Hey, I want to grab a question from the chat, too, related to this. Quadcopters and Tech asked, can a manned pilot, talk about I'll relate this to manned and unmanned aviation, give their photos to someone else to use if they want? So the FAA is super, super smart with this. So I'll give you the analogy. Let's say I'm just a hobbyist remote pilot. Ken wants me to come fly over the radio station so they can use it to put on their Facebook. I say, oh, Ken and our buddies, yeah, Ken, I'd love to do that for you. Well, I can't legally do that because the terminology is in furtherance of a business. That is furthering the radio station, anything else. I would need to be part, even if Ken's not paying me, even if I say I'm volunteering my time, it is still in furtherance of a business. So that's when you need your Part 107 in manned aviation, because that's more what the question was geared towards. It's the same way. You need your commercial pilot certificate to do anything in a furtherance of a business or for compensation and hire is how it words it. And this includes even you want to be, Amazon's gearing up for their tube sock delivery, and you want to be one of their pilots. Yeah, because that's going to happen. I believe it. I that's one area Ken and I disagree on. Yeah. I think tube socks are going to get delivered via drone. Yeah. If you want to be one of those pilots, you would need to be certified because that's carrying cargo. It's furtherance of the business as well.
So if you're a hot air balloon pilot, you also need a 107 to do that.
No, not a hot air balloon pilot is its own thing. It's a sport pilot certificate, actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Good trick question there.
Can you fly a hot air balloon? Are you? Have you?
No, I'm scared of heights. I wouldn't do.
Oh, that's right. You are scared of heights, you weirdo pilot.
Did you not see me try to climb that tower with you and make it to the second floor and wimp out?
That's so true. Now, have you ridden in an open cockpit plane?
Yeah, it's so different when you're in control. Like I can take a helicopter up and hover it and everything. It's different when you're in control. But like I've jumped out of an airplane before. It was dumb. I'll never do that again. But I had to at least say I did it. I'm genuinely afraid of heights. Like I don't want to be on a balcony. I don't care for any of that.
Yeah, that's funny. So. The cable guy came by. He was afraid of heights, and he was up on the pole. He's up on everybody's poles all day long.
He might have picked. He
might have picked the wrong vocation. Yeah. Do we have any other questions? If you do, let us know in the chat. Yes, Jake.
Go ahead.
But I know there are some private pilots in the chat, or at least there usually are. So can you tell or describe what the process is? If somebody already has their Part 61 or their private pilot, what it takes for them to get a Part 107? Because it's different than just getting a Part 107.
It's so easy. So if you are a current Part 61 pilot, meaning I've done my flight review, I have a current medical. If you're a Part 61 pilot, you know what those words all mean to you. So you're a true current pilot. All you need to do is go on the FAA safety.gov and take their little drone course on there. It's totally free. You literally can't fail it. It's like Ken's dream test. If you hit A, it says, no good, buddy, try again. You select B and they go, nope, it's not that one. And you go, oh, it must be C. It's like Ken's perfect test. You can't fail it. And you take that, and then you're sent your certificate in the mail. So as a manned pilot, you can transfer over to become a Part 107 pilot if you're current like that. You don't need something like Remote Pilot 101 if you're already a current manned pilot.
Okay. Flying Brian FPV wants to know, Jason, would you fly a paramotor?
Yeah, I'd fly a paramotor.
You would?
I would do. I'd fly the heck out of a paramotor. Yeah, paramotor would be cool. I don't know if I would do it as like a trike. I would do the one where it's like the big fan strapped to your back and you run. You know, that's a true paramotor, not the trike one where it's like weight shift and kind of like a glorified hang glider. I'll do the parachute one all day though.
Jake,
if you parachute, that's what it is.
Would you do that?
You can take off from your backyard. Like, how cool is that?
I mean, that looks awesome, but I've seen too many. Look, if you want to get into anything,
you're in a parachute.
Here, this is the problem with YouTube, and I love YouTube, obviously, but you can go, like, say you're interested in hang gliding. Man, I want to hang glide. Oh, let me go on YouTube. Hang gliding fails. All right, I'll click on that. Then I'm out. Nope, I'm not. Nope, no hang glide for me. You know, I think I want to go bungee jumping. Let's just watch other people bungee jump.
Hey, okay, but hang gliding is different than a paraglider.
I know,
it's
but
different.
anything like downhill speed biking. I think I want to try that. Oh, downhill speed biking fails. It's like everything's got fail videos to it.
Fail.
Don't watch those.
FPV fails.
Well, I mean, sure, they're gonna cost you a couple bucks. It's not gonna break your bones, unless you land on yourself, which I've seen it. I've seen that happen. So what other kind of stuff is coming down the road is for drone people, hobbyists, that the community needs to be aware of as far as the FAA and upcoming stuff?
Yep, I shared this last time I was on, either as a co-host or a guest, I can't recall. The next buzzword I need everybody kind of watching for is they're talking about what's going to probably be a Part 108. I already saw that come up in the chat a few little times. Yeah, just what you want, Ken. Another test to take.
Oh, boy.
This will be good, though. Okay, so hear me out on this. I know we're mad about remote ID. We're mad about a lot of things. Imagine if you could get something like shielded operations. And to give a definition of what shielded operations are, I'll go big and use something like Central Park as an example. Central Park is located right in the heart of all that Bravo airspace in New York. However, if I'm flying my drones down underneath the trees, I'm not a threat to any airplane that's flying out of LaGuardia or JFK or anything like that.
Right.
If there's an airplane down there, it better be Sully flying it. And there's worse issues with that, right? So shielded operations say, it doesn't matter what airspace I'm in, as long as I'm beneath that highest obstacle where an airplane's not going to be in there, that's a shielded operation. I'm okay with something like that.
It's working in New Zealand.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So will that come down the pipe? Will it actually be called Part 108? I don't know. What I do know is if you look in the Federal Registry, the FAA has reserved Code of Federal Regulations Part 108, and it just says for future use. So it's there. It would make logical sense. That's what they would call it. There's some other things in there as well, and we'll just have to watch down the pipeline as things come and go. I would love something like shielded operations, though, because how many of you would just love buzz around the park underneath the tree level and everything else?
Shielded operations would open up so many things, and
all your bandos, all that stuff.
Yeah, it seems logical. It seems, the government ain't logical. I can tell you that. But what else? What you mentioned other things. What kind of other things would be under a Part 108? So this would be an addendum, an add-on, another certificate?
No, So I believe it's going to work very similar to how manned aviation works. Jake alluded to it earlier. I earned my private pilot certificate first. If I want to then learn how to fly in poor weather and fly in the clouds, I then earn my instrument rating that I add on to my current private pilot certificate. I believe 107 will be the foundation, and you will add on a Part 108 rating is what it'll be called. It probably won't be a certificate. It'll be a rating that I add on to my 107. And that'll give us other abilities as well.
Okay, so
other abilities beyond visual line of sight, all these sort of things.
So
perhaps
it'll just keep piling on in the future. Like say sometime, hopefully in my lifetime, there's some sort of anti-gravity device and we don't need to use propellers anymore for drones, right? Then you would have to get the anti-grav rating, right? There'd be a part 121 or something. I'd be long dead, but something like that.
Well, that could be possible. That could be possible.
I sincerely hope the FAA is looking at a special part 172 for tube sock delivery, just for Ken's benefit.
Thank you.
I would like to see him get that rating.
Oh man.
For Ken's birthday, we should use Ken's remote ID to figure out where he lives, and then we should all drop tube socks on him.
It's not hard to find out where I live. Just look for the house with the electric fence and the cobras and the guard dog and the tower
and the cop car out front
with armed guards. Yeah,
just look for the train that runs through the backyard.
That's right. Yeah,
and the Mazda with the hood up and 3 tires.
Hey,
yeah, that one.
Hey, I'll have you know, my Mazda will be finished next week.
Chicago? Is it in Chicago still?
It is in Chicago. Yes.
Wait, I thought.
It's always broken, Jake. It's always broken.
No, it's not.
I've never seen it.
But he took it to Chicago and it was all fixed and everything was great. And now it's back to Chicago. I'm like,
is anybody interested in this? Because I'll tell you very quickly. Is anybody interested?
I'm very interested, Ken. I've known you for like 4 years. I have never seen your Mazda in person, ever.
Okay.
Ever.
Well, you will, but it's not broken.
Jason.
It's not broken.
Yes.
What?
When he comes down to record those things with you, have him film it, like put an airplane and then put his car next to the airplane, so everybody knows that his car is a real car and it actually does do stuff occasionally.
Made up. Yeah, maybe he just puts it on like his, dating app profiles, like look at my cool car.
No,
it looks not even real.
Here's the problem, and I'll give a warning. If you're a car guy, and you've never driven a rotary, don't it, because it is awesome. It is buttery smooth and amazing. It's just amazing. I drank the Kool-Aid. Rotary engines are Motorhead heroin. And I had my first shot and I've been chasing the dragon. Okay. So my car's not broken. I will tell you this. My car's not broken, but I wanted to get it tuned. In order to get it tuned so that it can run at 10,000 RPM, the red line right now is 8.5, 9,000 on a Renesas 2-rotor. Yeah. Blah, blah. Okay, I'm boring people. Look, yes, somebody just said, just get a Tesla. Look, if I had won the $2 billion lottery, do you know what my actual plan was to do? First thing, I was going to buy a Tesla Plaid and put a 4-rotor in it just to piss Elon off. Can you imagine a Plaid shooting flames? Anyway, so my car, I wanted to get it up on the dyno and get it tuned. In order to get it to 10,000 RPM, which is the sweet spot where you can just shoot flames and go and rip, you have to have the rotors balanced. That's another thing. So it's in there getting tuned. That's all. It's not broken. It's not broken. It's not. Okay.
Oh, it's been gone a long time.
It's been gone. Yeah. Well, it's not a cheap thing.
How much would you say you spent on FPV versus the Mazda?
No. I don't want to think about it. No.
I mean, your FPV habit is way less than that Mazda, if I had to guess.
Yeah. If I had kids, they would not be going to college.
I would venture a guess that Ken could have purchased a PA-32 or a Taylorcraft F-19 or something for cash at this point, and paid you to train him to fly airplanes and get his private pilot's license by now.
It's a money pit, but it's a beautiful money pit. All right. Anyway. So,
Ken, do you know there are rotary airplanes too that have rotary engines? They're
but
not as reliable as your car.
Not a Renesas rotary. Not with Dorito rotors. It's a different kind of rotor. They would not. There's no way I would fly in a plane with a rotary engine. Hop in my plane. What kind of motor? It's got a Renesas in it. There's no way.
It's great. Every time they start those rotary engines in airplanes, it sounds like they're falling apart and backfiring, and there's flames coming out everywhere. And
Carl's Corner says I need an intervention. I really do. Do. I cannot. As much as that car has cost me, I cannot give it up. I can't. I've had one since they came out in 2004. This is my third one. I almost died in the first two. I can't give it up. I know. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah. Jason, thank you so much for being on with us.
Thank you for having me, my friend. I greatly, greatly appreciate it as always.
And how is the hurricane right now? Is it passing?
It's not bad. It was raining really nasty earlier. I was surprised you couldn't hear it, and now it looks good. We're outside that little rain band, so it's not bad.
Okay.
We need the rain anyways.
All right.
After 4 feet of water, right?
Cool. Yeah. All right. Awesome. Jason Shepard, thank you so much. Remember to go to remotepilot101.com, use Heron18, get 30% off. Learn your stuff. Be a responsible and informed drone pilot. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, Ken. Thanks,
See you later.
See you guys.
All right.
See ya.
Bye. Bye.
All right. So, Jake, it's just you and I. How you doing?
I feel like there should be some very like Barry White music playing in the background now or something. Just the two of us. There we go. Yeah.
I'll pull the Cavassier. You light the incense. Meet you on the bearskin rug.
Ooh, that was weird. All right. So, I went there. Anyway, so I got this box. And it's time to open it.
We just got a letter. 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 Wonder who it's from.
Well, it's from Ken Torbeck. And he is a very generous supporter of the channel. He's the guy that's sent me, I think, more packages than anyone other than Alexis. Alexis, I love you, darling. She's out there flying. I think she has a Beechcraft plane. And she recently sent me.
I'm trying to remember what she has. It's a nice airplane because she talked about flying it up here one time.
Yeah, and she put a Heron sticker on her window, and it's good luck because it got her through a pretty bad storm.
Did she put a set of eyeballs on it so she doesn't run into any birds?
I can make you a giant set of eyeballs, Alexis, if you want. If you will put those eyeballs on your plane somewhere, I will make you a giant set. So this is from Ken Torbeck, and his photography company is called Falcon Photography because it's really Falcon good photography. And he sent me a gift. He also sent one to Jeff Sills, and I have not opened this yet, although I know what it is. And he made it himself. This is really, really cool. Yeah. Okay. Huh? What were we gonna say?
No, I'm excited to see what this is.
I mean, it's a box, and I have to open it. So, okay. It's made in America. Oh, I'll just put that over there. So this is a gift from Falcon Photography. Right there. And it's he's got the drone news desk on here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and when you open it up, inside, here, let me make the screen bigger. There we go. Inside is the Jeff Sills Cope with Ken kit. and there's something in here. So
man, he even sent it with product.
Yeah, it's a drone news desk flask, and wait, what
was that coming from the box?
Yes, it was. What happened?
Oh, that's awesome.
Hold on, it's supposed to make noise. What happened?
He didn't want to get a copyright strike.
Yeah, wait. It didn't make the noise. Oh, there.
You'll enjoy pigeon turkey, the Cadillac of processed meats.
Okay, good. So you can stop it. That's awesome. He put the little noise thing in there, and so now I'm not a drinker, so let's see what's in here. Oh dear. Let's see what he says in his letter. I think it's just cider. Yeah, drone news survival box. Not just a gift from me. Let me take off my glasses so I can read it. But this is also from your TNL fans. It took a small group of us using YouTube chat and the Discord server to come up with the ideas for this project. So this is a collaboration of a lot of people in the drone community. We hope you really enjoy them, and we hope they help you survive future drone news stories. While the video of the boxes was a kind giving them away. It'd be great if you can open them on a future TNL, which is what I'm doing right now. I had planned on filling the flasks with some high-end bourbon whiskey, but for some reason it just kept missing the funnel and ended up in my glass. So I filled them with hard cider, which is about 10% alcohol. Ken Torbeck. P.S. Jeff, you know there's an off switch. So let me see if I'll pour this in the tumbler that says Drone News Desk. And it says, don't drink and fly. Let's see if I can do this without pouring it on my... Oh, yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. Hard cider? Ooh. Ah! And in the bottom it says pigeon jerky. Etched in the glass. I'll just tip it up and show you. But oh my gosh, thank you everybody for doing this. This kind of stuff really warms my heart. It really does. Thank you so much, you guys. That is truly amazing. You know, about 5 years ago, and his name is etched on the back of that clock back there. One of my viewers made me that clock. It's never kept the time. It never had. It had a gizmo in it, but it broke. But I just like it because it's the Raz and stuff like this and other things that I have on the shelf up here that you can't see because it's up above the camera angle. It just means a lot. It really does. Sometimes I get discouraged. You know, as anybody would with any job. This is my job, by the way, YouTubery. And I get discouraged, and I work very hard, and sometimes there's little reward, but sometimes something like this happens, and it comes through just in time to remind me of why I'm doing this. And that's because I love being a part of the drone community, and you guys are all my friends, and I really appreciate it.
It's a pretty awesome community to be part of.
It really, really is. Truly, truly, thank you guys. That is awesome. There was, don't forget, I have a gift for you. You're going to want to stick around. I'm going to give away this Google Pixel 5a phone. Brand new for you. And so let's get into some videos. Do you have time, Jake? I know it's running a little long. Do you have time?
I got a little bit of time.
A little bit of time? Okay, so that means a little bit of time. I'll try to rush through this, okay?
30 minutes?
Oh, less than that. Less than that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
All right. So, Jake, I'll let you decide. Do you want to see an Avata crash or an Avata crash?
Oh, I 100% want to see the Avata crash.
Oh, so you don't want to see the Avata crash. You want to see the Avata crash.
Yes.
All right, we'll go with the Avata crash. So this
I
was...
changed my mind.
Oh,
I want the Avata crash.
Okay, all right. I'll switch them. All right, so this is from... this is from Cliff, a.k.a. Droner Boner. Great username, Cliff. And he says, just when you think your day is done, when some Karen calls the police on you, they said you were doing nothing wrong and wanted to join in on the action too. Nice to have good police outcome for a change after seeing all the police conflict with drone owners. Thanks to Oak Ridge, Tennessee police for knowing the right rules. And here is a picture from the Oak Ridge, Tennessee police officer participating in his flight. Isn't that nice?
That's awesome.
Isn't that awesome? So, you know, if you're a police officer and you see somebody flying a drone, you know, don't necessarily come all up with the bravado. He says, on another note, another epic fail with my new Avata. A little embarrassing, so I had to make the best of it. No damage, though, and of course I used Epidemic Sound, because you know everything else is crap. Thanks for all the fun on TNL, Cliff, a.k.a. the Droner Boner. And here is his video. So he's flying the Avata. Looks like manual mode.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about the Avata. It gives you a really good idea what true acro is like.
Yeah, it does.
So he's going to go under this bridge. Oh, or maybe he's not. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Thank you very much, Cliff, for sharing that. Droner Boner. All right.
Very nice.
It is very nice. So, up next, Jake, another choice. Do you want to see the Avata crash or an Avata crash?
I'm going to go with the Avata crash.
The Avata crash or the Avata crash?
The Avata crash.
The Avata crash. Okay, we'll go with this one. This is from Dwayne. Some of you may have met him at Minefield 3.0. He's the deaf guy. He's walking around. He's a very nice guy. He's come up with some great inventions like that hook thing to get your drone up off the roof. He used a coat hanger. And so he sent this in. He says, "Hey, good afternoon, Ken. My Avata propeller broke and the battery popped out. Here's the video." So here you go. I added the music, by the way. He is deaf after all. So you think, right? Because trees are dicks, right? We know this. Mm-hmm. You think it's going to be a tree that takes him out? He's taking a chance there in the woods. There's a lot of scraggle
you
in
would
there.
think there's a lot of trees.
Uh-huh. This is all Epidemic Sound music, by the way. He's just out there, having a good flight, flying around his apartment complex, minding his own business.
Wow, fast.
And I don't understand what happened here, but watch this. So the propeller broke and it fell out of the sky. And it broke.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. So what do you think happened? Here's what I think happened. I think maybe he tightened the screws too hard.
That can happen a lot. I've seen it on props that I've put on, especially the little ones,
right,
like that are polycarbonate, and you tighten those screws down just a little bit, and it just puts a little spider crack in the hub, and they explode as soon as you start flying.
Yeah, and the Avata has 2 screw holes, so that's going to be a weak point if you tighten it too much.
Yeah, because it'll crack right along both of those.
Right. Even if it doesn't do it right away, that stress, and then when it's spinning, the centripetal.
Yep.
Yeah. So, do you want to see an Avata crash or Denmark?
I feel like we've been down this.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of Avata. Do you want to get all the Avata crashes out of the way, or do you want to go to Denmark?
Wait, to Denmark?
Denmark or another Avata crash?
You know what? Let's do one more Avata crash.
Let's
and
do
then
it.
We can travel.
Then we'll travel. Okay. So this is from Andy, and here is his Avata crash. He said, "I've been a fan for a few years now. This is a video from a farm in Wisconsin nestled on the Willow River. It's a little slice of heaven. I did a crash there. I got my drone stuck way up in a dick tree, and like Kentucky, a shotgun is never too far away. In Wisconsin, the farmer shot the drone down by hitting the branch. Everything in the drone and the branch came down. I tried to catch the drone, but the arm was broken, not mine. I really appreciate your channel. All the best, Andy Clayton King." Oh no!
Ooh.
Oh dear. Wah, wah, wah. He got it that time, but the other time he got it stuck in a tree and shot it down. Thank you very much for sending that in. By the way, if you want to send in a video for next week, I've been getting short on videos, even though we do the show bi-weekly. You can send it here. I need more videos. Send them in. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Make sure you let me know what your music source is, if you would, please, so that if I have to replace it, like, if you play Hooked on a Feeling or whatever your favorite song of the 70s is, you can replace it with Epidemic Sound. Free trial links in the description. And remember, if it's not epidemic, it's crap. There you go. Okay, let's head off to Denmark. By the way, the viewer video of the week is from someone who is from Italy. So maybe if they're watching, they know who they are. I don't get a lot of videos from Italy. I could use some more. Send them in. Send them in right here. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. And we're gonna play that in a minute. But first, let's head over into Denmark. This is from our buddy Sven. Sven. Hey Ken, today I sent you another video from Denmark. It's very interesting because this town was sometimes was part of Germany and other times it was part of Denmark. There was a referendum in 1920 where the people decided if they wanted to belong to Denmark or to Germany in two regions called North Schleswig and South Schleswig. A lot of greetings to everyone, and I'm looking forward to another great TNL. Music is, of course, by Epidemic Sound. Take care, Sven. There's a windmill back there. Do you see the windmill?
Yeah.
You ever see one of those in person, Jake?
One of the big Dutch windmills?
Yeah.
No, not in person. No, actually I have.
You have?
We were flying around one and we were filming it for something and it was in Southern Illinois. There's a big, huge one down there.
Oh, there's a real one in the United States?
Well, I mean, it looks exactly like what they build. It's got the big, it's huge. And yeah,
I think I would like to FPV one of those, like an actual
That's
real
what
one.
I did.
You did?
Yeah, it was for a TV show about like different areas around Illinois, I think, and so I got to FPV it. I don't think they used any of the FPV shots, but it was cool because I like came flying through the tree forest canopy stuff and then popped out and there's this huge windmill and I went up and kind of dragged down the face of it.
Was it spinning?
No, there was no wind.
It wasn't spinning?
It was dead.
Oh.
I wish.
By the way, we just played a bunch of Avata crash videos. If you want to keep your Avata safe, and this was just sent to me today, GPC makes a case for the Avata, and they've been working on this for a while, and I think they have them available again. I don't know if they were available before, but they are now. GPC cases. Let me just show you this very quickly. This is a great case, and I want to thank Rick Bowman down there at GPC for sending me this. I love my GPC cases. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this. You can put the goggles 2 in there. It's got, now I had to take out little foam things to get these in there, the DJI V2s, but the goggles 2 already will fit in there as well. And under here is a little hidey hole so you can put your motion controller and a bunch of other stuff in there and extra props and whatnot. And man, I could drop this down a staircase and feel confident that my drone was fine. So that's from GPC, and I thank them very much for sponsoring TNL and for sending me that.
So it was the Fabian windmill.
Okay. Wow, he's got it. Very good.
I found it. Fabian windmill in Illinois.
Oh, very cool.
In Batavia, Illinois, whatever. I'm going to butcher that. I'm going to stop now. I'm ahead.
You need to put a pin on a map and everywhere that you visit and fly and everything. You really do. You're all over the place. And now you mentioned, I think in your last video, and I'll play a little bit of it, this the Mavic 3 low light video. I'm just going to play just some imagery from this. This is Jake's video. This is the night mode firmware upgrade, right?
Yep. Yeah, so this is on the latest firmware of the Mavic 3, which gives you D-Log up to 1600, which I was really excited. But then it also has the new night mode that they introduced with the Mavic Classic, and that'll go up to like 12,800. And surprisingly, it's actually pretty good. Like for such a crazy high ISO, it's really good.
Yeah, they had night mode on the Mini 2 as well. As well as they could, you know.
Right.
And I tested that. It wasn't that bad. Is there an firmware update for that night mode on the Mini 3? Is that?
Not yet. Not night mode, but at least not that I know of.
But they can just send out a firmware upgrade on that, right?
Yeah, they totally could.
And at the end of this video, you mentioned that you're going to film the Aurora?
Yeah, so I'm going to if we ever get good weather and I'm here, the aurora has been super active this year. So I will be going out and doing a bunch of filming of the aurora with my regular, big cameras and stuff.
How do you film what do you set your cameras to? Because I've only seen the aurora. When I lived in Vermont, I saw the actual aurora borealis one time in person. It changed me to see that.
It is mind-blowing. And so if you want to see what it's like to film the aurora live, let me pull it up. I have a video that's all I did. I went out and filmed the aurora, and it was like the journey to get there and then filming it. And it's crazy because I've seen it a bunch. But every single time I see it, it's just sort of this mind-blowing experience. It's really bizarre and really wild. It's just this crazy thing. So if anybody wants to see a video about going out to film the aurora, that's the one I just put in the chat. It is like with a big Sony camera, I usually end up at like ISO 80,000. So.
Oh, okay.
But it depends on the conditions, if there's no moon, and how bright the aurora is, because there can be days where it's, pretty fairly dim, and then other times where it's just incredibly bright and vibrant. So my idea is I'll go out and try and film it with the Mavic 3. I suspect that there we go. I suspect that the Mavic 3 will not be able to film it, but then I will try and hyperlapse it or time, hyperlapse it with the Mavic 3, which I think would be really cool as well. Either way.
Is it always green?
Yeah, it gets like purples and reds.
I've seen blue.
Through it too.
I've seen blue a little bit, but it's particles bouncing off the magnetosphere or something, right? I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, so the sun, every time the sun ejects lots of particles from the coronasphere, I mean, every day it does, and the solar wind carries them past Earth. But then because we have two magnetic poles, the North Pole and South Pole, all the particles will get attracted around those poles. And then as they enter the upper atmosphere, they start interacting with the gases in our upper atmosphere, and then the reaction is what you see as the aurora.
You know what? I used to work in a strip club, and I can tell you that the particles are attracted to the poles. The particles being the glitter. You'll never get stripper glitter out of your clothes. So if you
I don't think
you're
you
gonna
can get glitter out of anything. Like once glitter is somewhere, it is there for forever. Like,
if you think you're gonna step out and your wife or girlfriend and Trixie or Diamond comes up to you and she's like, "Hey," and she rubs up on you and does a glitter transfer, you're done. You're done. Burn your clothes.
You're done. Yeah.
Yeah, you're done. Because did this have alcohol in it?
That's something in it.
That's good. That's good cider. Yeah, I'm sorry. You were talking about a wonderful experience called the Aurora Borealis, and I'm talking about Diamond, the glitter stripper. Go on, Jake.
Yeah, 6 and 1/2 dozen.
Yeah.
So my plan is to go out and try and film the aurora with the Mavic. With the Mavic 3, we'll see. I think what'll end up happening is the only way I'll be able to actually really capture it well. I think I'll be able to see it somewhat in the video, but I think I'll probably end up doing a hyperlapse with the Mavic, because then I can slow the shutter speed way down and let more light in and capture it that way.
Right.
But with the size sensor the Mavic has, and now that I can get up to the much higher ISOs, we'll see. I think it'll be cool.
Thunderbird 6, let me clarify. No, I wasn't a stripper. I was a DJ in a strip club. It was called The Ranch, and it was in Nacogdoches, Texas. And I put myself through a couple semesters of college doing that. But I was the stripper's story was, I'm just putting myself through medical school. But my story was actually I'm putting myself through college. So, but I didn't have to take my clothes off. But boy, howdy, I can tell you about that glitter. Anyway,
yeah, glitter. I outlawed glitter in my house.
Glitter should be outlawed.
Everywhere. It just should be outlawed.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Okay, I have to share this one. This is really great. This is from our buddy Drone Rob. All of the Robs, if your name is Rob, you just inherently love this channel, and I appreciate it. So much support from all of the Robs. But this is Drone Rob, and he had a FPV crash and burn that was pretty spectacular to watch. He said he had a failsafe, and here's the video from it. It's pretty cool. He said it had a fail-safe. Luckily, I had beta flight set to land instead of drop in the settings. It cost me an ESC and a few wire harnesses, but he's fixing it up.
That.
Yeah, so watch this, right? It went, so you can hear it.
And there's the smoke.
Yep. That's the smoke that lets you know you need new ESCs.
Yeah.
But
Dang.
there he is in the background. So he's, oh no! And now it's smoking and... Oh no, John Rob, no!
No.
Oh no.
And it's always times like that where the thing won't unplug. Like you're trying, but it's just stuck and you can't get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Can you tell by the board? Let me go to that board shot again where he had where's that board shot? There it is. Right there. Is that where his power went in? What? Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the two, where the power connects.
Yeah, so it's probably
there's the capacitor there, and then
did you think it grounded on the carb or something, or it's just some solder touched or something? You got to be really careful there.
Yeah, something like that. It looks like I think it was a hard enough that maybe it popped, the solder popped a little bit, and they were able to contact the positive and negative.
Yeah, it blew out the capacitor too, man. Oof. That's a terrible
Or
thing.
maybe sometimes that happens, like the legs of because those legs of the capacitor are so tiny they'll bend and touch.
Speaking of FPV, I was gifted something pretty amazing. Now, if you remember years ago, and I never revealed my benefactor, but this same person that gave, remember the Inspire 2 years ago, just gave me a whole Inspire 2 and everything. And boy, that really changed my channel and helped me out a lot. And this same person just sent me a Cinelifter. Same guy.
Ooh.
And you have mine is at my repair shop, Chris Skyfox. But you have a similar one now. What's the name of the frame?
This is the Sicario?
Yes, that's the one I have.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. And is that the one that you flew in our video together?
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that was like...
Yep.
That's the one I have now. Oh, great. Great. What kind of camera do you put on that?
Red Komodo or a Sony FX6.
I don't have any of those.
Put a GoPro on there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was gonna, it'd be cool if I 3D print like a doll holding a GoPro or something on it.
You can get 3D prints of like a Red Komodo and stuff, but it has a place to stick a GoPro in the front. Yeah. Yeah, you should totally do that.
I'm going to do that. You know what? You know who could print that for me? And he's in the chat right now. Fly High FPV.
There you go. Fly High FPV needs to print you a dummy Red Komodo with the GoPro mount on the front.
Now, with that, I shouldn't put the dummy weight on it, right? If I'm not going to get the heavy camera, right?
I mean, the thing is, it's built, and depending on how it's tuned, like it might be tuned to carry the weight, so it might not hurt.
People are asking you to hold the drone up again.
Oh,
the Sicario, yeah. Yeah, Fly High, if you're watching, print me out. What do I have to print out? What is it?
Print out a dummy Red Komodo with the GoPro mount on the front.
Do you have enough TPU for that?
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's going to be big. Yeah. Wow. Cool. What should I know about flying that thing? I mean, it looks like you should never hand catch it, right? That's one thing, probably, right?
Oh, I should send you. There's a guy. He's a crazy Russian, of course, because who wouldn't be a crazy Russian? He flies this exact drone, and he hand catches his all the time.
Does he disarm it?
Every time I'm like, dude, why would you do that?
Does he disarm it like a foot up, or does he gently?
He comes up like he backs up like this, and then he just goes plop like that right into his hand, like every single time.
I mean, I could disarm and catch it. Probably, I'm not going to do it though. There's no way.
But there is a mental thing about this with this many motors and propellers coming toward you that is just like,
it's terrifying.
No, I don't want any part of that close to me.
You've had that for a while and you're still terrified of it, aren't you?
I mean, I would not fly it close to me if I'm confident with it, and I will do lots of kind of crazy stuff with it, but I won't fly it near anybody.
Let me ask you this.
I do have I did get big guards now, so I could fly it nearer to objects without worrying about digging into the props.
You got prop guards for that?
Yeah. Hey, big carbon fiber things that come out.
Oh my gosh.
Around.
How does that affect the flight characteristics? Well,
it's just carbon fiber strips.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like block any of the air movement. It's just more of the fact, like if I'm flying, it's like say really close to a car, and I accidentally tap the side of the car, it's not going to stop the propellers on a motor and make the drone fall out of the sky.
Okay. Let me ask you a question just for me while I have you, Jake. Can you put the same rates you have for a 5-inch on that, or no? Is it?
Yeah.
You can.
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I kind of have my rates dialed in for my 5-inch quads. And okay.
And it'll fly somewhat similar. Depending on the weight you put on it. Like you can definitely tell when you start getting heavier weight, like it takes more power to punch out of a dive or something like that.
Yeah.
But otherwise it does fly fairly similar to a 5-inch.
Oh,
it's just the mental thing of knowing you have like 12 or 15 grand ripping through the air is
by the way,
part of it.
While I'm thinking about it, I want to thank GemFan for sending me all these props. Thank you, Mike. Mike from GemFan sent me 2 bags of props for the 5-inch. And I wanted to thank him very much. And I also thank Fly High FPV very much for supporting the channel. Go check him out on Instagram if you're a fan of the Bando Caraway Hospital videos. Those videos will be slowing down quite a bit in the coming months because they are tearing it down. They're tearing it down.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, but there's plenty of other bandos in Birmingham.
Well, that's true. I've been to Birmingham twice now for different jobs, and yes, there are a lot of.
There's there's plenty of choices. Yes, but that really was the place to go. So I got a quick video that I can share. I know I said it wasn't going to be a half hour, but let me go ahead and play this. This is from Lake Pilot. This is a beautiful, very short video of fall leaves. This is really beautiful and well done.
Nice.
And I think he does a little speed ramping here, which you can do if you just fly in one direction smoothly. There we go. And don't make your drone herky-jerky and use the gimbal up and down and just,
Yep. Just keep it smooth.
Keep it smooth, plan your line, and there you go. Yeah, that was very nice. Thank you, Lake Pilot, for sending that in.
Very nice.
What do leaves do in Alaska? They're just like green and then brown, and then on the ground they say, "To hell with it, it's winter's here."
They're green. For 2 days, they're colorful, and then the next day there's a wind that takes them all out, and everything's dead and brown.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
They're really pretty when they're colorful, but they only last for 2 days.
2 days. I have a cathedral video from Michael Pierce. Here we go. This is a cathedral video. He says, "Hey, Ken, I've been watching you for a while and finally got around to upload a cathedral. Thought you might like to see it. Hope you enjoyed the video, Michael Pierce."
Oh, you've been to Chicago a bunch, Ken. You know the University of Chicago? They've got the like big what's it called? The Rockefeller Center Tower, kind of old-looking building there.
Yeah.
I got to do some work for them, and I got to dive that Rockefeller Center Tower in Chicago. It was pretty sweet.
What did you dive it with a 5-inch or
7-inch? Because that was what I had with me.
Okay.
And I got to fly like through the old buildings. I mean, it's not a like, this is spectacular cathedral.
Yeah.
But I got to FPV through kind of their older buildings a bit and around their campus for them. And man,
that's so lucky. You really have great access to these places.
It's incredibly cool when you're getting to do these things, because the people that would normally be yelling at you to get off and go away are the ones who are like, "We would like you to come here and film this for us."
Yeah.
And so you get access to these just incredibly awesome places, and it's
Yeah, and Dave, Dave from Fly High, I did see those buttresses as well. I don't look at buildings the same since I And I guess now I can say I've kind of mastered acro. I mean, by now, you know, I'm fairly decent at it. I mean, we all have our own little styles. We're not all Mr. Steele going zippity-doo-dah all day. We're not all savants like walkie-talkie FPV, but, you know, I could go through those buttresses. I've taken some chances. I can fly acro now.
Right. Well, and so did you see the video where Mr. Steele, it was a Rotor Riot video where they all got drunk?
What?
And they started flying. I mean, it was all indoors, and they had people there to make sure everything was safe and stuff. But they started flying, and then they would have a drink, and then they would do this course again and have another drink and see where like people started falling off.
Oh, really?
And oh yeah, it's a great video. Mr. Steele was the only one whose times consistently got better or stayed the same until he was throwing up drunk. Like he couldn't stand, but he still could fly the FPV course just like he did when he was sober.
Is this a new video? Is this a new video?
No, it's kind of old. It's because it's back in the old days.
I got to see that.
I think it's Tommy. Oh my God. Comes away at the end, he's like, my God, like I knew he was a good FPV pilot, but holy crap, I did not know he was that good. Like, because he literally was throwing up, and then he would fly the course and nail his. Like everybody else is like flying like you would think if you were drunk, like hitting the wall and like hitting the ceiling and like not even getting close.
Did you see the castle crash video I did of the Renaissance area where?
Yes.
Yeah. And where we went in and sat in that cage thing and spun everybody around. Now I was better at it than I thought I was. How do you think you would do at that?
I think I would do okay, only because I've flown from a bunch of moving vehicles.
Yeah. Do you get motion sickness? Do you get motion sickness?
No, I don't.
I don't either, and I think that's an advantage. But I'm pretty sure
it's a big advantage, and then being able to just block out everything else and focus on just what you're seeing is I mean it's a massive mental exercise. But if you can do it, like flying from a moving car, or anything else, and that's what you have to do because your body is telling you one thing when you're wanting to do something different with the drone, and it's
you have to ignore your inner ear. I've flown FPV. I followed the car that I was in on a drift track. I wasn't drifting, but it was being driven around fast, and I was in the passenger seat. And that once you realize what's happening, and also you can see visually the car's about to make a left turn, so you anticipate that. It's really weird, but I think I could fly drunk. It's cider. It's hard cider.
There we go. You can go out and try it after this.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap things up. But man, that's really hard cider.
I just sent you a link to that video too, by the way, so you'll enjoy it.
Oh, okay, cool. But right now, I think I need a little break, if you don't mind. Let's go ahead and step inside the Raz chamber. It's a delightful place. Isn't it a wonderful place in here?
Fantastic.
Yes. Let all the stresses of the day melt away as we're all in here wearing whatever we want to wear, all the troubles, all the worries, all those pustulating sores that you have, that little mole that you keep having removed and it keeps popping up again. It's gone, eaten by the purple and blue goo. It's like being back in the womb. There are no rules here, but there is one suggestion. It's a strong suggestion, and that suggestion is, Jake, what is it?
No farting in the Raz.
Please refrain from farting in the Raz. And now, sit back and enjoy. Kim Fused FPV farted in the Raz? Shame, girl. Oh, shame. Oh, no, it's quite delightful. It smells like roses. Do it again, please. So, all right. It's time now for the viewer video of the week, and it is awesome. It is awesome. This is from a kid named Sebastian in Italy. And forgive me, Sebastian, I don't remember how old he said he was. If you say someone is, if you say they're 13 and they're 14, they're going to be mad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Around that age, you better get it right. So I'm going to say he's in his early teens. just to be safe. So he says, hey, Ken, a guy called me and asked me if I could get some drone footage at this Halloween party, and it was very fun, and I got free food for doing it. This place is called Fattoria Valle Magica. I hope one day you'll come visit me here in Pescara, Italy. Your friend, Sebastian. It's the viewer video of the week. Enjoy.
Ciao a tutti, benvenuti qui a Fattoria Valle Magica. Oggi ci sta una festa per Halloween perché è il 30 ottobre. Ho qua con me il drone e ora vi lascio un po' di clip della fattoria, ma dall'alto.
That was great. Very good,
that was
Sebastian.
Fantastic. That kid's talented, man.
He is. I mean, wouldn't it be great to be in your early teens with all the technology of today?
Oh my gosh.
You imagine?
Yeah.
When he's my age, I'll be long dead, and all the cool stuff will come out then. All the teleporters and all the anti-grav stuff. I'm gonna miss all that. Damn.
Yep.
But thank you, Sebastian. Thank you very much. Before we go, and I can tell you're getting antsy. Let's do one more tally of your subscriber count. We got it over 80,000 just from the people watching. What is the subscriber count, Jake? Look at that, man! That is fan-freaking-tastic! Yeah!
Yeah!
All right. Now I've been hovering.
Awesome.
I've been hovering around 185,594. I'm just trying to get it to 600. Let's see about me. Let's see.
Where you at? Where you at?
Nothing. Same for the last 2 hours. Fantastic. I love you guys. You're awesome. Thank you.
I'm telling you, it's because a whole bunch of people are unsubscribing.
No, I know.
And a bunch of people are subscribing.
Yeah. I'm not butthurt or anything. I know everybody watching is subscribed as well. Let's see. Is there anything else that I forgot? I guess that's it. Jake, what's coming up on your channel that we need to? All the new subscribers are going to want to know what's coming up.
So what's coming up is I am eventually the Mavic 3 and trying to capture the Aurora with that video. And then let's see what else is coming up.
Dancing girls. You got the dancing girls.
Oh,
you got the juggling the
glitter.
Flaming chainsaws. Got that coming up.
Yep, exactly.
Cat juggling.
So lots of wintertime stuff. I'll be talking like flying drones in the wintertime and precautions you need to take, and then stuff like that.
Who do you think gets more snow? You in Alaska or Russ in North Dakota?
Russ and I have gone back and forth about that a few times.
You have?
Yeah. I think we're pretty close to the same in most cases. I think the difference is that we get another month or so than he does. But
right. And you have
even
more.
Our temperatures can be very close. We will get colder and stay colder longer, but it's pretty close a lot of times.
But you have glaciers and the Aurora. So basically, he's getting all the suck without all the cool in North Dakota. Way to go, Russ! Way to pick the place to live. All right, awesome. And with that, we'll say goodbye.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
We got the Pixel 5.
Do we now?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you could just not give it away.
Or are we going to see who sticks around at the very end? Could be my evil genius at work.
We hope you enjoyed the show.
I haven't forgotten.
Oh, half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
That's right. Now that he's let the cat out of the bag, you're going to want to stick around. But thanks to everybody. Jake, thank you so much for co-hosting and for upping the handsome quotient in yet another stream. Thank you for being here, for being you, for being Alaskan. Jason Shepard, thank you so much, as always, for your expertise. Jeff Sills, for adding another dash of handsome to this equation. And thanks to everyone who supported the channel so much over the years. You really, really do help me. I can actually eat because of you. I appreciate it. Until next time, buh.
And bye.
That's it.
Is that it?
enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, the killer the processed meat. Say I enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, and you give your family a treat. Establish nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them grow. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky. Pigeon jerky, a tail like a processed meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Boshart too. There'll be fun and quizzes and Kelly's misses, but Bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, cause TNL is here for you. Yeah!
Where did he go? Where did Ken go? Hi. So, I know that the true blue diehard people that love the channel are here now because you watched the whole thing. And here you are at the very end with your chance to win a Pixel 5a phone from the Google. How are we going to do it? We're not going to do Pick Me. We're not doing it. No Pick Me. Nope. And in order to get this into the hands of a true blue TNL fan, I have opened up my Google Voice. I have a number that a TNL request line number that I've used sparingly, but if you know that number, first person to call me will win the phone. And that should be a person that knows the number because they've been a fan of the channel and the show for years and they have it written down somewhere. So first person to call. We'll just wait for that. Wait for that person to call. Standing by. In the meantime, thank everybody else for hanging around. If you like this show, let other people know about it. The viewership has been down for some reason. Maybe it's because I went to every other week. But we have a call. Let's see what we have here. Hello, who is this?
Hey Ken, it's Steve Horvat from Air Snapshots. How you doing?
Good. What's your name?
Steve Horvat.
Steve, hey man, guess what you just won?
Hey. No way.
Yeah, you're the first person to call on this old number.
I had your number from when I called in, probably 2-3 years ago from one of the older shows.
Okay, well, you remembered it, and you've been watching for years, and there's somebody else calling. But you were the first caller, and congratulations, Steve. You've got the Google Pixel 5a phone.
Oh, thanks so much, man. That's awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah, where you calling from?
Chicago area.
Okay, so you're closer to my RX-8 than I am right now.
Yeah, I've tried to meet up with you a couple of times when you've had the car worked on in Schappert. It's really close, and then it never worked out.
Yeah, I try to meet some Chicago people every time I'm up there because it's a fun place to fly. Are you an FPV guy?
No, I'm a camera drone guy.
Okay. Have you flown around the Sears Tower? And yes, people from there still call it the Sears Tower, right?
Yes, we still call it the Sears Tower. You betcha.
Yeah. What are they trying to call it?
It's the Willis Tower now, and then I don't know if it's going to be something else or not.
Nah.
Just like the John Hancock building is something else now, and everybody calls it still the John Hancock building.
Right. Yeah, don't go changing stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
All right. Well, you have my email, right?
I sure do.
Okay. Well, email me and send me your address and everything, and I'll send this phone to you. And I really appreciate you supporting the show and the channel.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for coming to us, every week and now 2 weeks and stuff. We appreciate everything you do for us.
Awesome. It's fun to do, and I love everybody, you and everybody in the drone community.
We love you too, Ken.
All right. See you, bud.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was fun. There we go. Congratulations, Steve Harvat. And thanks to everyone else. That's the end of the show. I'll do my Mr. Rogers thing where I take off my sweater and my shoes and I turn off my light and I say bye to you. Thank you. I will be in Discord here momentarily. If you want to join in, I'll put a link in the chit chat. Until next time.